Hey, what's up, guys? So, Affair at Sombrefell Hall has been, I don't know, super cursed for the Black Dragon gaming crew since we've run it. Not only have I had people fail to make it because Hangouts would not work on their end, not only have I had people fail to make it because, I don't know, literally got in a car accident where a drunk driver plowed into their vehicle and they were laid up in the hospital for a couple days. But also we've had a lot of technical errors as well. As you guys know, episode 1, I had no audio for the first 10 minutes and we had to cut a bunch. Here at episode 2, my audio is extremely loud. Now, normally, when that happens, the people in Hangouts will be able to hear it as well. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And so, for the Battle of Sombrefell Hall, there's no way around it. I'm just incredibly loud. I've doctored the audio as much as I can in the amount of time I have. Of course, it's kind of a polishing a turd thing, can't get there from here. But it's hearable, it's watchable. I'll say that when the blaster caster blasts, I get a little excited and it is loud. But I decided that I'd rather upload a mediocre quality video where the session, and it well and truly was really, really, really good. Affair at Sombrefell Hall is taking a sharp left turn, I believe, from what was expected. There's a player death. It was a whole lot of fun than to just leave you guys out there in the dark. So I just wanted to make this at the beginning real quick. I apologize in advance for the subpar quality. We will endeavor in the future to be sure it does not happen again. And hopefully this is not a indicative thing for when we go to Carrion Crown, which takes place in the same country, and hopefully that will not be super cursed as well. Now, that's enough out of me. Let's do it. What's going on, guys? The time has come for a session this many of Affair at Sombrefell Hall, part 3 of Doomsday Dawn. We're playing a little earlier this week because your boy's going on vacation this weekend, and, well, we want to kill the party with undead. So we had to make sure that came in this weekend. Before we begin, as always, Anthony, Eric, Robin, Justin will get here when he gets his work schedule together. Thank you guys so much for your support on Patreon. Eric, I'm so glad you made it. He wasn't here. I'm gonna tell you guys in YouTube land and Twitch land what I told him. He didn't make it because there was a thing that happened and he had a hospital stay. And if you ever have a GM that won't let you start in a game because you missed a week because you're in the hospital, talk to me. I will put you in a game. We will play Pathfinder. I might fight that GM. I don't know. We'll see. And Dan, Chewy, thank you guys so much for showing up. We're going to pick up right from where we left off. At session 1, Sonia hears a slow banging at the door. Just like a rhythmic. Well, not my fist. I did that at Lord the Keller. I fucked like a... and has declined to answer.
Your camera lifted.
Oh, it did.
I have one question.
What's up?
I have one question. Does it sound like Sir Galahad from Monty Python yelling to open the door?
Yeah, actually, it's the Arthurian Knights. No, actually what it is it's our Pharasman cleric, who didn't make this first session. Our Pharasman cleric, whose name, Eric, remind me, what's your character's name again? I saw it, but I don't remember it. Nydia. You are not a member of the Esoteric Order of the Palatinata. You are a Pharasman cleric living in Ustalav from, I can't think of it, from Nadal, who's come to this part of the world to fight the Scourge of the Undead at the behest of her goddess. You received a vision as you laid down, called it a night a little early, of a mansion out pretty much in the middle of nowhere that was about to be assaulted by hordes of the undead, and you've ridden into the night on the back of a horse to make it here. Your horse is exhausted to the point of collapse and has wandered off where 3 other horses are conveniently picketed. You reach the door of this mansion with Sarah Ray's iconography all over the place, and you just, out of energy, just... There is no... Well, that never happened! But there...
Powerful knock.
So powerful, you attacked the real world, but there's no response at the door.
Hey, this is where I'm not.
Knock on door?
Oh, Pip.
think it's a zombie.
Yeah, I agree.
Is the door,
Don't
is the door locked?
If nobody says anything, we hint.
No one specifically said they wanted to lock the door, so no, it is not.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. We want them to come
Well,
through the front.
we kind of want them to go through there, right? Because
Yeah,
we
that's what we
actually wanted
decided.
them to go through the front door.
yeah, so we really don't want to lock that.
I
or
believe
barricade it.
we had 3 things done that we were trying to do. We lit the lights in the front door. We
That's
sealed the trap door
Right.
with a pigeon.
Yep,
And,
and there's a big old mattress covering back there where our rogue is standing.
Yeah, we tried to barricade those windows.
We tried to block them. I mean, there's not much we can do really of barricading. Oh, we block line
What
of sight.
happens when you bolt down your furniture?
Yeah, it's as if they knew. Well,
No, right?
what you got for us, Rick? Go ahead, Rick.
I am going to open the door. Does it open in or open out?
The door opens in. So as you open the door, so Robin backs up. As you open the door, a little halfling kind of like backflips back as you all just bump you into the room here. And you see just the Sombrefell Hall's pretty nice, like I described. There's a little halfling dressed in the attire of a monk, just kind of like backflips in place back to dodge the door, while human in the garbs of a spellcaster with a staff is just like leveled her staff at the door, expecting something to come through it.
Yep.
As I
And you might see also there's a rogue, unless Dak wants to be hidden. I imagine the crossbow is just like set at the top of the banister down, ballista
I use a
style.
short bow.
Ah, fair. Okay.
I look around the room, kind of surveying everybody. Kind of do the circle of Phrasma on my chest and say, "Not this year, not today, not yet." And start going around the room with a thing of hope. Kind of start ignoring everybody, but going around the area around the door, dripping holy oil.
Okay, fair enough. So everybody sees this Pharasman cleric walk in and just begin performing the rites. And as this is happening, let's introduce one more. Chewie, Hank wakes up. Hank realizes now that the elixir he made was very powerful, and it allowed him to be just completely aware of all the events that took place in Sombrefell Hall, but it rendered him completely mute. It's like a super intense sense of like synesthesia, if you will. You couldn't speak because you were too busy hearing color and smelling sounds. Probably don't make that one again. You maybe there's 3 college students next to you. You maybe could sell it to them. You maybe make a quick buck. But before we go any further, Chewie and then Eric, what are you playing? What are you doing? What's here? How are you?
I am casting Sanctified Ground. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
Fair. But Chewie, if you would give us, give us those ABCs.
I am Kayleen, and I am an half-orc alchemist, and I took the whole, what is that? Alchemist? Oh yeah, the background. I am part of the church one. Let me find that.
Would that be Acolyte?
Yes, I wanted to call it pizza for some reason, but it's not called pizza. That's what I tried to make.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our patrons, Josh King, and you'll see him at Greenwich Colonies. We got him in. I finally got that man to buy an internet connection, and he's playing with us on our Gestalt game. He definitely said you sound like a Southern preacher, and I'm glad to see it. Eric, what are you playing? What are those ABCs?
I am a Phrasman cleric. I'm a half elf. Background is Acolyte. I'm Nightalese, and my appearance is given my half elf which is kind of has a drow little bit of tinge to it, and an Achilles gives me the appearance of actually the Phrasma herself, which is one of the reasons why the church took me in.
Good enough for me. Alrighty, so what's going to happen here is Sanctified Ground is being cast by our new cleric friend, Chewy. Everybody else is set up. Everybody else is doing what they're doing, and then we're going to kick off the fight. Chewy, what do you want to do?
I did say we should. I did tell everybody we should barricade the doors in the side rooms.
Okay, Chewy will not have enough time to do that. He has come to at the last second. He's aware that the window behind you has been mattressed. He's aware that and Chewy, you have line of sight on Sonya as well. So you can, if you stand where Anthony's character is, you have line of sight into that room from the stairway.
Okay, is that right? Yeah.
Over like here. I'll just grab you. Stop moving yourself. I'll move you. Thank you. If you stand right there, let me make sure you have line of sight. I might not have done that on your token. Okay, you're good. Tight. And you can also see down in the front down here. So basically, what I'm waiting on is one thing from Chewy. What he wants to do to set up before we get down to business.
I'd like to flip the bed over as some sort of barricade to hide behind.
Okay, so the bed has been flipped over, and you don't have enough time to do anything super severe. Basically, you can like pick a spot.
Around here.
Okay. And yeah, our cleric has enough time to cast Sanctified Ground. That seems good. What do you? I assume you choose Undead. So everybody who is in a 30-foot burst centered on. We'll just put it right. So I will do, and I'll go to do. I'll put a 30-foot area on you. It'll be the green one. Yeah, not 36. That's weird. That doesn't make sense. And now everybody can see it. So centered on, boom. My God! Oh wait, yeah, I can't do that at all. There's no grid on this map. Never mind. Thanks, Paizo, for giving us a grid on the board already. Pretend that didn't happen. Oh no, but what are you doing? Where did you go?
No, I think it looks great.
I bet, yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, it totally checks out, right?
Totally legit. Chewy, you've moved up to the front. You have one action.
I get in cover.
Okay, so you want to just stand right where your token is?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So then before we start the combat, I want to go this one at a time. I asked in Discord a week ago. I would like to ask again now that we have a 5-man party. I'm going to take it as I see you in Roll20. So starting with Anthony. Easy mode or hard mode? Whoever just moved, you do not have the time to move. That was Robin.
Medium mode?
Easy or hard? One or the other. Actually, you didn't have time to... Well, you had time to come into the room. We'll say that. You'll say hard. Okay, Chewy, easy mode or hard mode? One vote hard,
mode.
2 votes hard. Robin.
Let's go hard mode.
Hard mode. Alright, so then Eric, Dan, any problems with hard mode?
Let's risk it for the biscuit.
Let's get murdered, and we're separated too right now. This is great.
Alrighty, everyone. We will be on initiative. We will be on initiative for the rest of the fair at Sombrefell Hall. The objective is make sure the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye can get their hands on that professor. Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm going to add... The students will go at count 10, I'll say.
All prepared to die.
Dax got a... You guys might wipe, we'll see. Dax got a... Not Dak 24, whatever. Dax going on 24. Hank wakes up going... Boo! It goes to 19. Sonya's got that 22. And... oh, Cleric, one more time. How do you spell your name?
E.
Uh-huh.
Or. Oh, sorry. Let me get.
I don't want to just type like new cleric person at the back here. I guess I can dig it out of Discord.
NYDEA.
NY Nadia, and we got a 17. Boom. Now we're just waiting on. I guess I should see what's going on in this AP as well, huh? That's important.
More freaking character.
Yeah, might be.
Do you need me to send you? Your character sheet should still be in Discord if you lost it, Robin.
Yeah. I mean, I guess nothing changed from then. So
Yeah.
I can just take that.
That you could. That you could. Alrighty.
Could have sworn that I had it
The
somewhere on my desktop.
Sanctified Ground gives a +1 conditional bonus to AC, attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws. I'm dead.
Nice. How long does that last?
It lasts 24 hours.
Nice. It's a good one to have. That is relevant. It's within 30 feet, so that means Pip has it, Sonya has it. That's it though.
I do just want to state, like, for flavor, we were all ready to go, and then this random chick walked in, drew a circle, said, "Not today," started sprinkling oil. It was like,
Mine is probably mine.
what?
Like a car salesman?
Who is this? Who invited the hippie?
Ooh, Pip's got a 31. Pip's booking it.
Oh,
Hey, I know this trick. You're like smearing something into the carpet, and then you will show us.
How good the vacuum is!
you know how much that carpet costs? We have to wash that now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wash it when we get done with this too. The door bursts open. I'm going to... They're using their athletics check, so I'm gonna roll d20s plus 9 real quick. As 5 undead burst into the front room. 26 for G1. I'm gonna make this super hard on myself, and I'm gonna make everybody go at separate initiative counts, because that way it's harder. That's what easy mode or hard mode was. Is it easy for me or is it hard for me?
Oh,
Okay.
that's what it was.
20.
I thought it was gonna be hard on us.
For us.
Oh, that's accurate. It also will be hard for you, but there, the top of the initiative is Pip. Pip sees me drag a bunch of tokens. I gotta go in the dynamic landing, don't I? Yeah, I do. I gotta. What? Oh, I guess I already you have line of sight through the door. Sweet. That's so relevant because here are 5 spooky, bloated purple undead bursting through.
Spooky skeletons.
Nope.
I was gonna make that joke.
They don't begin play in the manner. Hey, it's tis the season. I'm actually glad we're kind of behind because that means we can do a fair of at Sombrefell Hall in Halloween time. Pip, you're first, bud.
The cleric is right next to a bunch of undead. This is gonna be very intriguing.
Oh, yes, it is. At the top, actually, Pip, roll me a d4, if you would, please.
Alright.
May the odds ever be in. Nice. Okay.
Ooh, max.
Clutch. Okay, so four more ghasts appear in the hallway. No, I'm kidding. But it is your initiative count. The doors to Sombrefell Hall burst open. They fall off their hinges and shatter as these. They're kind of like grayish purple skin with these long tongues lolling out. Just like they basically all turn in Nidea's direction because they're smart enough to understand what a Pharasman cleric is and how they need to kill it. Does anyone speak? Does anyone speak Necro?
That's a language.
Necro
This
is
is a good time
language.
to point out that I have 2 language slots that I had no idea what to put in.
Congratulations, I'm picking Nidalese and Scald. Necro is the language of the undead, so Nidea at least recognizes it as like they're speaking the language of the undead, but you guys have no idea what they're saying. And Pip, you're up, bud.
I have, I also have 4 of, I have took the advanced lore skill, so I have advanced lore in the Whispering Way and Undead.
Nice, that's relevant.
Well, I guess usually I would want to bottleneck them, but we said we wanted to draw them in. But at the same time, it would be really bad if I let them surround the cleric.
They definitely want to.
Yeah, that's
I don't know who this chick is.
really bad.
Says the neutral evil sorceress.
Man, you already went over it. She's obviously like a Dorset. She's currently pouring down some stuff onto the carpet.
Maybe she summoned them.
Ruined the carpet.
She's generous. She's generous enough to wait till after the combat to charge you guys.
Well, first things first. I take my tiger stance.
Kitty cat kung fu engage.
Yeah, that's important. If I don't do that, I'm not using my tiger boots. I'm just normally punching. It's lame.
It is lame.
We feel like a gun cock.
At least I don't have to do that at the start of every round.
Yeah, it'd be rough. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and then I can... Tiger stance allows me to extend my 5-foot steps to 10-foot steps.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take a 10-feet step.
Okay. So, but before you attack, real quick, let me get a fortitude save from Nydia and Pip both, because these guys reek. And as Pip gets closer to go punch this thing, the smell is overpowering.
God damn!
Pretty much. That's accurate. That's probably how it feels. I guess I ought to number these. Let's do that. Number 1.
That's what the fuck.
Nydia, I need it from you as well. These guys are right on top of you. Alrighty, Nydia is able to shake it off. So is Pip. Nobody crits it, but it's like both of you kind of want to throw up in your mouth a little, but it's serious ball time, so you don't. And Pip has used 1 action.
Yep. Alright.
I thought he used 2. He went into stance and moved.
Oh, yes, that's correct. The stance is 1 action.
No. Well, I took a 5-feet step.
Which is an action.
Which is a 10-feet
Which
step.
is an action.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. A step. It's just called a step now.
Yeah.
And you can actually take 3 steps then.
Yeah, it just doesn't trigger reactions.
That
Well,
should actually have been a night.
Yeah, it's like the song. Let me take 3 steps. Let me take 3 steps, Mister. Let me take 3 steps out the door. You know.
So Pip,
I'm
I
pushing
just
it.
expected that to turn 5-foot steps into like 3 actions or something.
they did not.
But okay.
I had forgotten already to add in a saving throw bonus there, so we're gonna have
I
to really
guess
keep
in
eyes
that
on that.
case, I will do. Okay, well, I'm not a normal cleric. I'm a rogue cleric. Normal I mean monk. Normal monk with now Fury of Flow. I'm not a normal monk.
Yeah, it's the one thing you don't get is you can't flurry.
Yeah, because you have to wait till level 10.
Yeah,
That's strange.
it's weird.
That they pushed it like that way back. Yeah, but I guess otherwise people would go and dip into it.
There's a reason why, and I'll find it, and I'll abuse it for you guys. But right now I'm not sure. I have my
In
suspicions.
that case, I will do a normal punch.
Alrighty. Tiger Claw!
Yeah. Okay. It's the first time that I'm actually attacking, and it's just a 12, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
And you
Well-
get a +1 if you're inside the aura of Sanctified.
So it's plus 13.
Oh, okay. 13.
So that's a 20 on the dice.
So it's a 26 to hit, and that's a thing that might have happened. I'm not sure how good these guys are. Please be good, monsters. Monsters. Okay, it doesn't critical, but it does. It does connect. You punch the thing full in the chest. No critical. Close to critical, but no critical.
Alright.
So Tiger Claw's got. So you're using your dex to damage. It's a D8 and 3D8 because you have the +2 hand wraps.
Yeah. It's 3d8.
And it is the first round of combat. This thing is flat-footed to you. Oh! So wait a minute. It's flat-footed to you. That's a crit.
That's. Oh yeah, you are a rogue. You actually have that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, it's we're gonna say, and if you're watching on Twitch, or if you're a Paizo dev, or if you know more about this game than me, let me know if we're doing it wrong. But to our understanding, sneak attack dice is multiplied, so that means we're looking at 6d8 plus your mod twice plus 46 sneak attack, I think.
I don't know his stats.
That sounds accurate.
I forget.
Does it explode?
Let me double check. Let me. I'm glad we're playing on hard mode. Jesus. Okay, sneak attack. It ticks up at 5th. Yeah. Okay. So that is exactly enough. That is all of his hit points to have taken him from 0 to 0. He has 45 hit points. So Robin, you monster. Flavor that kill. Your kitty cat kung fu is strong.
Yeah. Everyone doesn't expect the tiny halfling who's making his hands into claws. Looks like a kid who wants to play to actually do anything. But then you see him and he swipes really fast, and the zombie actually falls apart like he was cleaved by a sword.
That's basically what happens too. Holy Jesus. So G1 doesn't go, G1 doesn't exist. Dak, kitty cat kung fu is strong. And from where you're standing, you have I'm gonna say they're screened by the chandelier, but you have line of sight to the open door.
Okay, and about how far is that then from where I am to where the first one is?
That's a good question. We'll say the top of the banister is on the same line as where D8, D7, D6, where that is. If you have line of sight to there. So you have line of sight to D7's door from Sonia. So 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It's about somewhere. I quit counting because I have a ruler. What am I doing? This is.
The ruler doesn't work. It's not labeled right.
Oh yeah, that is correct. So 5, 10.
I would have used the ruler.
It's about 75 feet ish to quickly ballpark it. So probably your second range. Well, you're on a short bow, so definitely your second range increment, unless it's composite.
Second range. Nope, and there's no reason for me to be composite unless I have strength modifier.
Fair enough.
Then I will instead just go straight into stealth, because I'm pretty sure they can't see me very easily, and I can easily go into stealth, so...
Yeah, they're not paying attention to you. They're basically still... They've turned in Pip's direction as Pip basically just reaches his hand in and Kali Ma's out the spinal cord of this thing, so it just collapses. Ugh.
Flawless victory.
Flawless victory indeed, Jesus. I made that build. That build for Robin was made for his monthly patron stuff, and yeah, it's good. Here to tell you.
So
28 duly noted.
How high am I on the banister?
The banister
so if I jump down
is. Let me take a looky-loo at the book. I forget. Looking at the stairs and stuff. I'm going to say it's 10 feet up.
10 feet up? Okay.
Yeah.
With Cat's Fall, I ignore any penalties, so I'm going to jump down, and I can move at full speed because of Swift Sneak. So that's one action. I mean, does it count as an action to hide, I guess, to go into stealth?
Yeah, one action for stealth, and then you would need to make an acrobatics check to have jumped over, because the banister is enough of a barrier that you have to go over. You can't just, walk over the edge.
There. Does that make it?
Flawless. So you end up right about there is where you fall down.
I got Cat's Fall. I'm perfectly fine usually. And then hopefully you can still see it. And then I will then move 30 feet.
Okay. Now bear in mind when you resolve where you're moving, if there's clear line of sight between the bad guys and you, they will see you. Unless you have some means of...
I understand. That's why I'm trying to move from stealth to stealth.
Okay.
I believe the banister will provide me some cover there, right?
Yeah, that's fine. And we'll say your acrobatics is good enough. They don't see you fall down. You kind of like fall down with the stairs. Is that all?
That's all 3 actions.
Sonya, you're getting showed up by a halfling.
Oh, that's okay. I'll do what I do best. Alright, so what we're gonna do is Sonya is going to spend an action and a spell point to up her spell DC by 1,
You
22.
kids and your Imperial Bloodline sorcerers.
Alright.
That's so good though, right?
It's about to get better. So those doors are open, right?
They're gone. There's no doors there anymore.
Good, because I don't want them in the way. I'm gonna fire. I don't know how to click on here, but I'm gonna fire a fireball past the zombies to have it explode to a point where they just get hit on the outside of the radius.
Okay, makes sense to me. I understand what you mean.
I do it all the time. But
Smart.
yeah.
You don't light up the house finally.
You did it! You found a way to not burn down someone else's property. Well done.
Oh.
Now just a giant fireball outside. I just to tell everybody, hey, there's something over here, for like werewolves and vampires.
Everything else in Ustaloth that's been put in because you've declared hard mode. Anywho, so 22 is what I gotta beat. The first one passes, and then there's a fumble, and there's a natural 20, and there's a miss. So I've got number 2 and number 5, or excuse me, number 3 and number 5 failed. Number 2 passed. Number 4 takes nothing.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
He was a ninja.
Yeah, he was a ninja in a past life. Make sure I'm not like vulnerable to fire real quick. I'm not a mummy.
Not anymore.
Alright, now, thanks to my dangerous sorcery, I believe since it's a 4th level slot I'm using, I get +4 to the damage, right?
You got it. Dangerous sorcery, real good.
Right. Let's see.
That's smelling worse without burning.
Yeah, you probably do. Also, your hand probably stinks real bad now, like just necrotic flesh. 15 points of damage. Alrighty, so number 2 passed and takes half of that, so he takes 7.
Ow.
This guy takes all 14.
That's what the bad roll.
That was not 15? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I knew that. And then natural 20 takes nothing, and then the 15 takes 15 as well. Okay, fair enough. So that was 3 actions, I believe.
Yep.
The 4th ghoul, he's kind of a ghoul. It'll be his turn. He's going to move. Oh, I'm making the token a different size. Pretend that didn't happen. He's going to move here.
He got shrunk by the fire.
Obviously.
He moves in, 5, 10. Actually, how smart am I? We're running to play on hard mode. My intelligence is +1. Okay. What's my speed? My speed is 30 feet. 15. Man, I keep making that token weird sized. Stop being weird sized! 20, 25, 30. He'll stride there. He would like to attack the sorceress twice.
Are they able to get through the player's faces?
They're going diagonally from here to here.
Okay. I didn't know if that's allowed in this edition.
So that means I am going to try to bite you. Do I take a minus with Sanctify?
Alright.
Oh, Holy One, my dear. I'm going to take a -1.
Just sanctified ground.
I can't tell if he's talking or not.
He's not.
With sanctified ground.
Yeah.
It's a +1 to armor class.
So you guys get a +1, but we don't get a minus.
Alright.
Cool.
So it's 23.
Which means my first attack is just enough to fumble. He stumbles forward and wastes his last action. Too intent on biting you to death. The second ghoul is going to step into the room, and we're going to do the same thing, this time targeting the Pharasman. 25 to hit. An idea. Does that crit?
Crit. Let's see. Armor class. 24, 25.
So I just hit. Fair enough. Okay, so 9 points of damage, and make me a pair of fortitude saves.
Okay.
Never good.
So if I enter sanctified zone ground, I will have that ability then, correct? Because
Yeah.
it just says if you're in that area.
You got it.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, as soon as you're in the club.
You're in the club.
Well, I used 2 actions to move. I just wanted to be a little bit stealthy about it.
No, that's fair. That's smart. So, pair of fortitude saves from Medea, if you please. Okay. So.
It added it together.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, I can add. Either way, both of those are fine. You pass both of them. It bites into you, and you can it latches onto your neck. And Nydia, as a half elf, realizes that normally she should be immune to this, but you can feel the flesh around your neck and the bone and the muscle begin to lock up as if you were to be paralyzed. And that means Nydia can correctly identify these bad boys as ghasts. And then I'm gonna try to claw at you and get a 10, which this is a bad time to say that. No, that can be it. What happened? He did, yeah, but there's no rules as written in fumble on failed strikes. So
gotcha.
This one's gonna happen, and we've run it forever, so that is a thing. But I just need to be smarter with my third action. He has slowed one next turn. He stumbles a little too far forward. Hank, you hear the sounds of combat from downstairs. The children are panicking.
Alright, on this map, where's the downstairs? Because I just see this room.
You can see it from Sonya. Scroll to the left.
Oh,
And the
okay.
stairs are on the left or the right, and it's a 10-foot drop if you want to jump down.
Right.
But without Cat's Fall, you will take fall damage.
That you will.
Even at 10.
And that now works, actually.
It does.
Alright, so
All damage got buffed.
where is... So I can either jump down or take the stairs?
Correct.
I like to take the stairs.
Okay. You should be able to move your token. 5 feet.
Okay,
You need to go out. You go outside the room, and there's a hallway. Imagine the mansion from Resident Evil 1. You go out, and then left or right. You'll see once you leave the room.
Yeah.
so right here is the stairs?
That's where the hallway is, and then you can see where it says you definitely have line of sight now to
Yeah.
the stairs.
I see them now. I'm going to the stairs.
All right, so I lost count. 5, 10. Well, that's one stride to get where you've gone.
Okay.
So then 5. The closer stairs look like they're on the left. It's probably all 3 of your moves to get to the top of the stairs.
Okay, to get to the top here.
Yeah. 20. You'd end up. You'd land here, and then we go to Nadia.
Okay, so who's been actually damaged so far besides myself?
Well, there's a very dead ghast. And there's some. Just the undead and you. That's the only people that have been hurt so far.
Okay, so we have 2 more coming in.
Mm-hmm.
We're holding the line here at the door.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to...
The question is, do we want to hold the line?
I don't know, do we?
I mean, the original plan was to draw them in, but I guess we could also just fight where we are.
I have no idea what the original plan is. I just got here.
Your original plan is send these undead to Pharasma to be judged. That's your plan.
Just came in and started sprinkling that oil.
Yo.
Pharasma says this place is about to get hit by a bunch of undead and you're needed.
I am going to... My first action is going to be to draw my... Last Rites, which is my +1 disrupting dagger.
Nice.
That's also emblazoned as my holy symbol.
Double nice.
And these guys are spread out pretty good. I've already done an action drawing that, so can't do anything AoE-ish. I am going to strike at the one that's trying to flank me.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see if you can one-shot it like Kitty Cat Kung Fu did. Jesus, that's so scary. I burped saying Jesus. That was gnarly. I like Rogue Monks a lot. The synergy is real. Too bad you can't flurry until 10th, but I imagine that's so it doesn't stack with like double slice and stuff until later on. I guess, right? There's one thing I can think of. Okay, so it's a d20 plus your proficiency plus the dagger.
So it's gonna be a
18 hits.
Okay, and I have Deadly Simplicity, which changes daggers to d6s.
Nice. A very well-built cleric sounds to me like. Okay, do you have no strength to add to that?
I have what?
So 3 plus. What, do you have a positive strength mod?
I have a +1.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9. So he takes 10, or rather 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I can't math.
Isn't it a magic weapon? Okay.
Why does it keep rolling a 3d6? I'm not trying to roll 3d6. I was trying to do an advanced roll with.
Yeah, I imagine you're a +1 weapon. So you've done.
Yeah.
You've rolled 2d6, so that's 7 plus your strength is 8, and then 9 from Sanctify, and I don't know what Disrupting does. I will type it into your cheat. I bet it does some stuff against the undead.
It rolls an extra
One more d6.
extra d6.
Nice.
So I might as well just hit the d6 again.
Yep, nice.
And then it's going to be, on each one of those rolls, I'm going to have a less 1, 2...
I see a +1 from your strength and a +1 from Sanctify.
And a +1 for strength, +1 from Sanctify, and it's a +1 weapon.
Which means it has an extra die of damage, not a add to the mod.
Yeah, okay, so...
Okay, so that's 2 actions from you. You stab into this thing, Pharasma's holy symbol lights up on your dagger as it sinks into the ghast, and like its flesh kind of melts off as it recoils back and screams something you imagine wasn't very friendly in Necrol. One more action.
Okay, there's nothing in range for me at the moment. To hit, I don't believe.
You could attack that guy again.
I want to learn necro profanity.
There's nobody within. Is there anybody within reach?
You could attack that ghast again. He didn't die.
Oh, he isn't. He isn't gone.
He's not gone.
Okay, so I will do that. So it's going to be.
So instead of a +12, now it's because that's an agile weapon, +8.
Oh, agile.
Because I assume the dagger has agile.
Yeah.
That misses. So you pull out the dagger and there's a little bit of like gross necrotic flesh still hanging from the blade, and like it throws you off enough you see it and you are disgusted, and as you like try to lunge forward again, you kind of like shake off the gross and go in, but the shake off puts you off weight a little and you miss. And now, because that was 3 actions, the 3rd ghoul and the 5th ghoul, we're gonna move 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. I would like to attack Pip. First attack. 18 to hit.
Nope.
This attack comes from the other one. 13. Ooh.
That's a fumble.
So he uses his last action as he bumps into his friend with his claw. And this one, he says, trying to claw at you for 11 that also fumbles. He too is slowed 1. As they just kind of bounce off each other. The students panic. Hank, you can hear this from as like the closest one's still up there. You can hear him freaking out a little, and you know that the only thing stopping them from death now is a mattress on the window should something attack somewhere else. Pip, round 2.
Well,
I thought we were going to be up there, but now we're going to have to come down here.
let's try a stunning fist against that one.
Alrighty. So roll to hit, and if you hit, I have a fort save. I don't think I'm immune. That was the awkward part about making Pip, because I knew I was making Pip to fight a bunch of undead. I didn't want to be like, let's make sure you're really good against this kind of stuff.
21.
21 does hit.
There's actually only like a few undead that are immune to precision from what I remember. But...
Yeah, I just want to make sure he's immune to the stunning fist. So we'll go ahead and roll damage if you would, Robin. And I will make a fortitude save. I think that's my best save, right? Am I good at forts? How's my forts? Where is my fort? I'm not used to reading this character sheet. Where do I find my saves? I just made a reflex save. There it is. Okay.
Dang.
18 points of damage, and I crit the save. That's a lot of damage. You definitely like punch him in the back. What happens if I crit the save on Stunning Fist?
That's a good question.
Rulebook. Monk. Is Stunning Fist a power? Do I have to go to the spells to find it? I do, don't I?
Yeah, probably.
That's the one thing I don't like about this rulebook so far. Is everything is organized real weird. But
Everything's got to cram together.
You gotta go all over the place.
a critical failure.
I think it's just because we're so used to the old one.
Yeah.
I gotta say that was so weird when I was looking through the sorcerer.
It is under the monk.
Okay, so nothing happens. He just isn't stunned.
No, actually, if an attack was critical, the following outcomes occur. If the target succeeds in its save...
The attack wasn't critical, though. He did not critically hit.
Oh, the attack itself wasn't critical.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's...
Against my stun effect.
I think he's bolstered.
Oh! His save was... Okay, got it.
Yeah. So there's no enhancement. There's nothing saying you couldn't do... Well, it was 2 actions. You have 1 action left.
Well, let's punch him again. I mean, scratch him.
Yeah. As an owner of a house cat, I can confirm they can be deadly. And that's a lot of damage. That's 18 damage. I love this build so much. I gotta play it myself at some point.
Has no one seen that movie with Jackie Chan where he learns the tiger moves from the house cat who fights against the snake?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Let's check that out.
So that is an agile weapon, so 20 hits. Jesus. Can you do more than... That's, again, exactly enough, Robin. Flavor that kill. He's gone.
What?
He's at 30 damage, you do 15 more. He has 45 hit points.
I leave like cross-shaped scratch marks on his chest.
There, just... And he falls apart in pieces on the floor. The floor is sanctified, so as his ghoulish remains collapse down on the bottom, they just kind of melt away into nothing. Deck!
Alright, I'm gonna do 2 stride actions to get into flanking here.
Alright, so you are flanking, but everything sees you.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of that. I figured that was going to end up being the thing, but I should be in the sanctified grounds now.
Yep.
And he's flat-footed, which means sneak attack, so...
You got it.
Hey, let's see if this works. That was without sneak attack.
I want to say also that Pip killed 2 things in 12 seconds. That's nuts.
Well, either way, we're flanking him now, so
Mm-hmm.
it works.
Yep, so there's that with sneak attack damage.
Okay, so 25, his armor class is reduced by 2. So it's not a critical, but it's very close. Did you add your Sanctify?
Yes, I already added the sanctify.
Okay, so...
Then I didn't... Yeah.
So total of 19 damage, duly noted. Almost, you're able to put your... What do you attack with?
Short sword.
Your short sword, like, up through the back of his head into his brain, but he kind of lurches out of the way. In such a way that just like, literally off by 1 misses. Is that your turn?
That's all 3 actions.
Alright, Sonya, what's up?
Alright, well, ruined my fun. Let's see, I was going to do a wall of fire semicircle and just hit all 3 of those ghouls, but
You had to kill it.
You had to kill it.
Alright, so... Whoops. Real quick. If Sonia wanted to figure out real quick now she gets a look at them what these things are, would I have to take an action for like a knowledge?
Yeah, recall knowledge is one action, yes.
In that case, I'm not going to bother. Gonna move her over here.
Okay.
And then gonna cast lightning. Oh, come on. Let me do it diagonal. Never mind. I'm gonna hit those two in a line from her with a lightning bolt.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm not sure what that sound effect was, but that definitely sounded like some lightning there. Thank you, someone. Who is drawn on this board? Granola. Poo poo.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Trying to draw a diagonal line. It's like, no.
So 23 is my first, 17 is my second.
Alright, 23 makes it, 17 does not, so that's 40-12, right?
I believe so, yeah. Oh, that's D12 too, because it's lightning. Nice! +4, because your sorcery is in fact dangerous.
Right. Right. She's very dangerous.
Very dangerous on short distances! Oh my god! Oh no! That's so many big numbers! Oh my god! Oh, flavor that kill! Flavor that kill twice! Oh!
If you have resistance, suck it.
I don't! That's the thing, you kill both of them! Oh my god! Even without them.
Thing's gone.
So just
Dead.
poof, poof. That's almost all their hit points.
This is like bolt of pure plasma, dude. Oh.
Just they're super dead. I think it's which ghoul is left? G5, G4, and G2 or GG. See what I did there? I made a joke. Why can't I take you off the initiative? Go away, G4. There it goes. Okay, that's it for Sonya. Hank, what you got, bud?
Okay, so I had the kids, all the students screaming.
Yep, and you can look down as you hear this. You see a streak of lightning just fire out. From you don't quite have line of sight to Sonya, but you assume it was her, and they just cease to exist. They are gone now.
Okay, I say to the kids, what in the heck is going on? And there's something in there with you all?
You were just in the room with them. You know there's not, and you also know that the mansion is being attacked by undead, and they are incapable of defending themselves, for they are just students.
They're gonna die.
It's not looking good for them.
Good thing evil.
Okay. So
We need
there's
to
no
get out of
response
this
from
hole.
students?
They you say is there something in there with you? They don't respond. No.
Okay. Then I'm going to continue going on to the room.
Okay, understood. I'm just cleaning up the initiative board real quick. There we go. Okay, so you'd like to head into... Wow, you're far off the board, Chewie. Don't do that. That would be bad for you. So I've got it. 5, 10.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and take care of your movement.
Okay.
So 5, 10. I'll grab you. Now you're in the whiteness. Now I'll drag you over here. And then we'll drag you over here. The void. There is no life in the void. 15, 20, 25 puts you there. Not to force everyone to look at Chewie, but just to make sure Chewie knows where Chewie is. Would you like to continue moving down the stairs?
Yes.
Alrighty, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, you've got it yourself. Congratulations. Okay, that's 2 move actions. You know the both of those levers there, the X and the Y, control the chandelier, and pulling both of them, like that one raises it, the other one lowers it, but you're pulling them this way to do so. To pull them that way will drop the chandelier.
Okay.
I thought about doing that to Sonya, but no, that ghast had to get exploded before I got the chance. I'm glad I said hard mode. If you guys had said easy mode, I'd know we're playing on hard mode now. Wow, my god. So I think I saw 3 strides from Hank. I think.
Yeah.
So an idea.
To me.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Left and right.
I'm playing a Blaster Druid on Tuesdays that wants to do that, and I'm so stoked to do that. That was... Yes!
Dude.
They are ectoplasm. They are done. Nadia, there's one left.
I will take a step around to. Can I actually move my?
You should be able to move it. Yeah. Let me double check here for you. You
got it.
You should have control. Here, if you're having problems, I'll put you. There's one step right there.
So that's one step.
You got
I
it.
wanted to take us.
You want to strike
You
it?
you could stride if you were trying to stride.
Yeah, either one is fine.
So I was gonna use one action to stride over to here to clear any
Can you?
clear out of the way, out of line of sight.
I see. Can you? I see. Okay, that works. I have no reactions, and now he's. Well, the flank doesn't matter if you're not a rogue, really, but it's there.
Flank matters. It's still -2 to their AC.
Fair, fair.
And I want to clear out of the way in case anybody else wants to later has to. If I can't finish it off.
Makes sense.
Good
And-
call.
And I want to strike it with my dagger.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to do a d6. And it's going to be plus.
I want to really quickly. I'm gonna do a thing because it's important. I deleted the tokens. I can't put X's over them. Robin has 2 kills. Oh, that's way bigger than his token. Never mind. Let's not do that. It's gonna be like 2 dots for Robin, 2 dots for you. You are now red and blue people. Alright, so we've got a d20 plus 12 coming from Nadia. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm just adding it up right now so I can roll it all at once.
Okay, fair enough. Kids these days and the advanced Roll20 macros. I guess this is a good enough place to officially, because I haven't said it officially anywhere yet. I'll say it here. We will be making the transition to Fantasy Grounds in the very near future. For as far as Doomsday Dawn goes, it'll probably be the beginning of Mirrored Moon. We'll kick off in there. I don't really know how it works, but I'm super honored to have been given a free copy, a free standard license from the Fantasy Grounds guys to show to you guys. Hype is real. All of our games will convert. But if we can get that damage, that would be super sweet. That attacking damage.
That was way too much damage. So I'm just adding in plus 2 to the d6. Okay.
Okay. So the thing about that is you've put the dice is not an exploding dice, and you put that exclamation point in, which indicates exploding dice. So there's 1 extra d6 there that shouldn't be there. Also, you need to roll to hit.
Exploding dice?
Yes, do not put in the exclamation point.
I've never heard of exploding dice.
It's from exploding dice is from other games use it, and it says if you roll max, you roll again. So if he would have rolled 666, he'd reroll until.
Oh, I just put it in the advanced roll stuff. I didn't. Maybe because I'm on separate. Not.
Yeah, that might make sense.
Yep.
So here, if you're having problems, I will go ahead and punch in a 1d20 plus 12 for you to hit. And you've rolled a 29, which is a critical success. Which means, so then you would roll, it's 2d6, because it's a +1 weapon, +1. Actually, hold up, I gotta double check that. This is what we're doing. So hold on, I'll get to it in a second. There's more than that. I need to double check. It did something on a crit. I don't remember what it did, but it does something to the undead on a crit.
It's enfeeble. It's on a critical. It's an enfeeble 1.
Okay, fair enough. So that doesn't multiply. So you roll 3d6 plus 4. And don't, like when you type it in, don't put in the exclamation point, because the exclamation point is what does exploding dice. And I have Levi from. He plays with us, sometimes he plays with IOPC too, to thank for that one. Because we played a little open legend together for a while. And that's where I learned all about exploding dice. It's how I got run over.
I thought it was just very excited dice.
13 damage is a good amount of damage. Duly noted. You pull out a lot of this dude's flesh. He is enfeebled 1. He's not looking good. You got 1 more action.
I will try to hit again.
Yes, sir. So you would type /R 1d20 plus 7. Or, excuse me, 8, because it's an agile weapon. A 17, because he's flanked, does connect.
Okay, so go back to 3.
Actually, really quick. I realize now he should have taken an extra d6. He takes 4 more. Now you roll your damage. Whew. Yeah, I'm very glad I taught us all about exploding dice. Play for that kill.
Okay, now that he's getting, it was a little wobblier after the first hit, I jam it through his neck and separate his spine from his head, and let his unlifeless drop down to the ground.
And so it does, and he is slain, but we are staying on initiative for the rest of the stuff. So the students continue to panic. 3rd round. Pip, what's up?
Well, you cleared that out. I'm kind of inclined to go to the panicking students.
Okay.
I think I will head in that direction.
Alrighty.
It would be real bad if something broke in and killed the guys we're supposed to protect while we are, like, fumbling around down here.
I think you didn't fumble. I think you did very well, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That was gnarly.
It would be so bad.
Can you imagine if I'd fumbled the save against that lightning bolt? 8d8, or 8d12 rather. Blah!
Oh man.
The whole thing is dead. I love it. Blaster caster supremacy has come to us. Okay.
First check. What is my movement range? Is 25. Okay.
Yep.
That's correct. So it's 5. And another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2. Then I'm at the base of the steps.
Okay.
At the break.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. I already moved 2. I get like there on the stairs, I guess.
Okay. If that's 3 actions, Dak, what you got?
All 3 actions to move.
Yes, sir. Sonia.
He's hoping to kill me.
There's gonna be more.
Yeah.
If we're still in initiative, there's gonna be more.
You guys just don't see him on the board, that's all. You gotta go stream sniping.
Well, he doesn't know that.
This is not
Oh,
a
wait.
mode of undead.
I do have stream sniping. Let me take a look.
Say she's gonna wait right there, go to the stairs, see if anything else comes through the door.
Hank?
Staff at the ready.
I'm going up the stairs.
Oh.
My kids.
Kids!
They're the future.
Yeah,
Little guy.
Alright, go ahead and move yourself. 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20. 2 strides put you right there.
How do we get through there?
How did I reach these kids? 10, 15, 20. Okay, so 3 actions. I feel like all I'm having you do. I'm so happy you made it. And also, I'll say on the stream and on YouTube, congratulations on your engagement, dude. I'm real happy for you. You better not get in the way of gaming, though, or I'll be upset with you. And then I won't be happy for you anymore. And then I'm going to put you here. That's your 3 actions, Nydia. Like bedknobs and broomsticks, the half-orc runs to one end of the field, pants runs the other way. I hope someone else has seen that movie.
Exercising.
Yeah.
As I'm moving to the direction everybody else is going, I'm pulling out in my other hand hand crossbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 movement. I'm also trying to ask, is there a fallback position that we're going to?
We can't answer because it's not our turn.
You can speak as a free action.
Yeah, we're in the master bedroom.
It's up.
Protect the kids! Who are, by the way, like 19, which is weird for kids.
It's not weird for college students.
Yeah, they're college students.
Yeah, no, but
In a medieval.
19 old people still kids.
Now, can I move? I drew my hand crossbow, so I can't.
Yeah, so you moved. You did 2 move actions and 1 action to draw your weapon. So is that all?
I mean, we're
So
like
that's-
medieval times, so I guess
That's about all I can do.
usually you would be an adult by like 14.
The students panic. These guys are gonna go. Well, no, they're not. We're gonna do it correctly. We're gonna have them roll initiative. They'll go on the board where they go. What do I add? I add 8. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna do what do plus do. I'm so good at talking. Around. Well, not like around the corner, but 4 more guests make their way. They'll start there at the top of initiative.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now we're talking.
Oh, we are. It's 21, 24, 11. Where's my 4th guest? There he is. Come here, buddy.
When opponents explode too fast, so you're hoping for more.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a fireball with your name on it.
It's the struggle of the blaster caster. Oh, I've rolled, but it didn't go. Okay.
You die so fast.
For the AoE blaster caster, that's nothing that's more sexy than grouped up enemies.
Accurate. Can confirm. So G4's got a 16. I should have programmed these guys in faster, but oh well. It's a combat session. It takes a little longer, but it's okay. I'm glad we did it here at the extra innings. 24 from that guy, 21 from this dude. And the top one has an 11. He's the worst of all. Good job, guy. And let me... I need a thing. Don't metagame. I'm grabbing a d20 to roll secret dice. You don't know why. Maybe there's a healer coming. Another cleric of Pharasma to be your friend. It's a good thing.
Sure.
Yeah!
Only hope.
We can only hope. That's correct. Okay, cool. Boom. Pip, you're on. As you begin making your way up the stairs, 4 more of these ghouls burst into the room. What you got, bud? Am I coming through still? I died, didn't I? Ah, sweet.
I can hear you.
Alright. My line of sight is messed up because of the stairs.
Rough. Where are you on the stairs? You are there. But, yeah, you can see them. You can see 4 ghasts have entered the room.
Alright. Free action.
Guys, do we want to fight them down here? Or do we retreat back up and fight them there?
I thought we were going to fight him up there, so...
Yeah, I think so, okay. Well,
The only reason why I came down is because you guys were down there, so...
well, I was
Same.
still like... Oh, by the way, we still have that professor who's like... back there in the room.
No, he's upstairs in the master bedroom.
The professor is not upstairs. You guys pitoned him in the basement.
Aware. That's a bluff. That is...
Oh!
Sonya's gonna pipe in less talking, more killing.
Okay, so real quick, as a free action, well, yeah, just Sonya, make a perception check.
Okay. My best roll! No, it's not.
I don't think it is. Fair enough. I'm real bad at detecting sarcasm. You guys will learn that real quick.
That's okay.
+7, plus you're with 13. Okay, so you hear from the room that you know Pip has pitoned the professor in, the door, or the trap door, like somebody is slamming up on the other side of it, making a lot of noise. Anyway, still Pip's turn.
Well, you said I can see them? Does that mean I
Yeah.
can shoot them?
You can. You're probably much better with your punching, but you also do have. I made sure Pip had a necklace of fireballs. They are. They're about 50 feet away from you.
That's a very funny idea. I like that.
Me too.
Pip,
Hey, we should
go
go in there.
inside his clothes and it's like,
Where did I have that damn necklace?
I assume it's equipped to
how
you.
does
How's it work?
the necklace of fireball work?
I'll dig it
You
out.
pull off the bead and chuck it, don't you?
Yep. But I'm not sure exactly how it works here in the playtest. I'm a very big fan of that item in Winnie. As someone who usually plays like monks and rogues and things who will have evasion, and I'll just wear the thing and set them all off at once and dodge hard. Okay, so it's 2 actions. You're wearing it as a necklace. You've invested in it. You can spend an operate activation, which is 2 actions, to detach one of the beads and throw it. You have a type 2, I believe. Is that what it says on your sheet? I forget what I wrote.
It says, no, type 1.
Type 1.
Of fireball, type 1.
So-
level item, so.
So you have you've got a 1 6d6 fireballs and 2 4d6 fireballs. The DC is 19. You can hurl it up to 70 feet, so they're in range.
I am jealous.
I will take one of the big ones and chuck it.
Alrighty. 1
What's the big one?
166.
Yep. Against my... Oh, someone is dying. Stop dying, whoever you are who's dying.
Five item.
What's my
I've lost my train of thought. Where am I? Bichier. That closed the Bichier. Why? Tommy, don't do that. We need that. That's important right now. We're fighting guests.
66.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a lot of damage. Pending. I gotta get the sheet up again. I am horrible and closed it.
So is that like in general or based on my...
That's the 23 is the base, and then I make a reflex against a DC 19.
Okay, no, I was asking about your DC. So right,
Yeah.
based on the item.
Yeah, it's on the item. So fail, meet, fail. So numbers 1 and 4 take all. What was it? 24, 23, and then the others take 11. Duly noted. It explodes.
No one critically failed.
The carpet catches fire.
Such pain. It would have been so hilarious if someone critically failed and took double damage.
Pip has 1 more action.
Beautiful. Can I shoot it?
You don't have your ranged weapon drawn, so you could, but you would need to spend an action to draw it.
That's... I don't think I can do anything else. Do
You could stride, you could step, you
yeah,
could...
that's a good idea. I need to walk up the stairs.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't quite step on there.
Gotcha. Alright, ghoul number 3. He's gonna... My speed is... It's pretty good. The ghouls, the fire hits them, they look uncomfortable. Some of them are actively not taking fire damage, but they're on fire. He's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, makes a beeline for the room where you know the professor is. Dak, you should have line of sight to him still. Yeah, you do. You can see him coming down the stairs.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Alright, then I will just go straight to him with double move
Okay.
and stab him.
Duly noted. Okay. That hits. 11 damage is assigned. He takes 11 damage again. He doesn't seem to, like... You run down after him and you stab into him. He continues just making a beeline for the professor's room. And now can Dak make a perception check?
Sure, that is definitely within my wheelhouse.
Now, someone who's better at it than the sorceress.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
19. Okay, so Dak can hear the professor banging on the door as well, and you can hear, it kind of sounds like he's speaking Aklo backwards, and as a member of the Esoteric Order, you recognize it as like the language of the Dominion spoken from between the stars, and there's a little bit like mixed in common. You can pick out just, oh, you're always welcome in my home, and it continues like just slamming on the door. Sonya doesn't hear it.
It's like one of those evangelicals, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's similar to the writing, which was Aklo, but not Aklo.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. You can this guy. You guys knew this guy had a dissociative problem where somebody was possessing him. It's clearly active right now.
I have to go to the restroom, so I will be back.
Fun. Sonya, what you got?
Oh.
There's still mostly in fireball formation.
I'm still there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Stephen's still there. So, first she's gonna grin to herself, saying, I didn't start the fire. It was always burning.
You're no longer the new guy, so we can't make that office joke. New guy started the fire! Someone out there gets it.
Alright, so...
I'll start making reflex saves. Mm-hmm.
So, I found out why that fireball felt small on the damage-wise. It's supposed to be 8d6 plus 4, not 4d6.
Oh, fair.
Oh well. Live and learn.
Live and learn.
So, gonna do another fireball.
Okay.
Centered right on those 3 ghouls that are there. Is Sonya still in the range of that?
The Sanctify? Yes, you are.
Yes, alright. And then she's going to, so she gets +1 to the DC, and then she's going to spend a spell point, another action to up the DC to 24.
Okay. That means only number, I rolled it. Yeah, I rolled it. So only the very last one passes, the other 2 fail.
Oh, okay.
And one of them fumbles. The first one, if it's 24, I fumbled the first one. He's dead.
Oh my god, yes! So dead. Alright, and that's going to be my last 4th level slot for the day. So... let's see... Get my math right this time.
Math is important. So what ups it from 46? Oh my god. What up to 8d6? Because I don't know the math is why I ask.
Oh, it's 2d6 per spell level.
Ah, I see. Fair enough. Okay. That makes sense. So even the one that passed and took half, that's enough for you to flavor the kill 3 times over. Boom!
Burn. That's great. I didn't start the fire. It was always burning.
It was always burning.
And they're ash.
And they're gone.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust.
And then another thing happens.
Okay.
Can I get a perception check from Hank, please?
Yes.
17. Can I get a D4 roll from Hank, please?
No pluses?
No pluses. Just throw me a D4. I should have made this very... Man, that's what's clinching it. Okay, so the D4 is noted. You do not notice the door burst open and a pair of cultists burst out of the room. They surround you. They take one stride to get to where they go. They look at their character sheet to see what they can do. They stop, pull out their character sheet. It's like ESO when they need to look at the map. It's like that. Turn out, hold on, what do I do? Do I not have where are my abilities? That's crap. What even do I have? I'm creature level 4. It says that I'm a vat. I just have a sneak. No, I have more than that. I have much more than that. I'm giving these guys extra stuff because they should have it. They're gonna try to... You see them, they're wearing the purple robes, and Hank, as a member of the Esoteric Order, recognizes the Order's robes, and then they look up. As they do, you can see a very gaunt, pale face with hollowed-out eyes, just and claws come out from the robes to strike at you. I have a 30 to hit. And a 29 to hit.
Okay. They both hit in the, what was the other one, a 30?
30 and 29.
Okay, they both hit, they do not critical.
Okay, what is your AC?
A 25.
25. Oh, fair. Okay. Okay, so this is from 2 attacks. They both, like, the first one gets you in the neck and you lean back, and the second one gets you in the kidneys. Doesn't feel the best. So that's 2d8 plus 8 plus 2d6 from 2 attacks. But you don't have DR or anything. You shouldn't anyway.
No, I don't have DR.
So a total of 28 points of damage, and both of them grab onto you. Then what else can I do? What else can I gotta look at this to see what all they can do. I'm not entirely sure because the roll up on these guys is kind of weird, and I don't like the way it's set up.
Well, as a 3x, I say you two are uglier than sin.
Yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so they've grabbed you. Both of them, as they've grabbed you, they open their mouths and glittering, bloody fangs are revealed to you as they both bite into your neck.
Oh.
So I need you to make a... Oh, I have to make the athletics check. You're grabbed, so I believe your athletics isn't down. I lied. I just make the check. And I have to scroll a bunch because how they've set it up is like, you guys have probably figured out these are vampires. And then it gives me some sample vampires. So I have to do a bunch of like scrolling mathematics to figure out what my check is. Plus this. So this is against your fort DC, Chewy. Plus 9, so I have a 27 and a 27 over your fort, over as if you rolled a 10 on a fort save.
Okay, my fortitude would be a 19 then.
Okay, so I don't quite critical, but it doesn't feel the best. You are drained 2. And
okay,
you could...
What does that mean again?
I'll tell you in a sec. Let me see if there's anything else that happens. Do I get temporary hit points? And the vampire gains a set amount, gaining any excess is temporary when you create... Oh, what's the set amount?
Where are vampires?
Somewhere, maybe, you don't know. In place. Okay, they both gained 4 hit points. You are drained 2, Chewy. I'll tell you what that is in just a sec. I have to do so much acrobatics in the PDFs. The acrobatics is strong with Tabi. Yes, that's druid stuff. I just want the... I shouldn't have done spell descriptions because so many spells drain you. Game mastering. Playing the game, do. I think it's in encounters. This is where I find this? Yeah. You guys can hear the, like, Chewy cry out as these things hiss and spit and tear him apart. The drain condition says you take a conditional penalty equal to the value. So you technically took a -1 on the second one, but I rolled the same thing. On fortitude saves and con-based checks, you also lose a number of hit points equal to your level times, so you lose 14 more hit points on top of the 28.
Okay. Okay, I'm still standing, at least.
I need to...
Hang in there, buddy.
Where'd all the gas go?
They got fireballed to death by somebody.
Oh,
They're ashes.
They're gone. They're gone.
She did her job.
She did too. It was gross. They both rolled 21s. They go, Hank, now it's your turn. You are grabbed. You don't feel good.
Okay, so does the drain effect, did it give me a minus to my rolls?
Some of them, yeah. Again, it's the drained is a -2 on fort saves and con-based checks.
Okay.
But not necessarily like your ability to punch these guys, and you're grabbed as well, which means you have if you attempt to manipulate action, activity, free action, or reaction while grabbed, it's a DC 5 flat check, or it's lost.
Okay. Since I have the whole quick draw feat, I'd like to pull out 2 alchemist fire flasks. So I'd have to roll to do that.
Okay. You might actually. Hang on. Let's take a look. Learning new things all at once as I kill my alchemist to death. So you've got doing some scrolling. I wanted the drawing a weapon. Yeah, go ahead and roll it. You're trying to draw flasks. You have to resist them. Just roll a d20 and get higher than 5. You are unable to draw the first one.
Okay.
I don't know if you're necessarily able to. Yeah. Go ahead and try another d20. I am a generous god. You are unable to draw the second one. And it does use the action.
Okay.
Third time's a try.
I don't know how many actions you just used is the thing. Is that quick bomber?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so you did use the interact action. So that means you would use one action.
Okay. Since my guy really wants to blow these guys to Kingdom Come, he's gonna try it again.
Okay. The first one is drawn successfully. The second one is also drawn successfully. So now you have it's still like you hold 2, but you can only throw 1.
Okay. I throw 1 at them.
Okay, which one? Actually, a better way to say it is I need to know which square.
Okay.
And so do you, because you'll probably take some splash. Unless you have calculated splash or whatever it is that... Okay. Okay, cool.
I can ignore the splash damage.
Okay, show me the square. Well, calculated splash doesn't do that. Calculated splash is when you throw an alchemical item at 3rd level or higher with the bomb and splash traits, you can choose for the bomb's splash damage to deal extra damage equal to your int mod instead of the +1. Okay, well, go ahead and show me the square.
That one?
Okay, understood, and I rolled a hit.
Okay.
Targeting my touch. That would hit, but you see, like, it has one hand into you and it withdraws its head and it sees this and it kind of like, it would hit it full in the dome, but it does this, using its reaction to nimble dodge.
Okay. So, it takes no damage?
It takes no damage.
Okay.
It lands in the square. I don't know how splash weapons work. I'm hoping somebody in the party does, so I don't have to spend a bunch of time looking, but here we go. Splash!
I have not researched splash weapons yet.
Does the alchemist happen to know what his stuff does?
I know mine, it hits the person next to them, the one square beside them.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright, here we go. Looking for stuff for the guy. It's not in treasure, is it? Yeah, it's in treasure. It's totally in treasure. Chemical item.
It usually uses I know it used to have an old
You'd roll a d8 and it would go around, yeah. Okay, here we go. Takes one hand, most bombs I have been used to attack. If it fails, all creatures within 5 feet of the strike take the listed amount of splash damage. That includes you. So,
what was the other?
Both vampires and Hank take. Is it equal to your int or is it?
It would be 3 splash damage.
Right, so 3 splash damage to this vampire, 3 splash damage to you, and 3 splash damage to the other vampire as well. Nydia.
It's still efficient.
Yeah, you hit him.
I can just see him, like, if I'm going, you're going with me.
That's fair.
Pull all my alchemist bombs.
What is Chewie's max hit points, by the way?
Mine is 52.
Hopefully high.
52.
Wait, and I'm down to a 11.
Whew! Almost gotcha. Almost gotcha. Alright, Nydia.
Oh, sorry,
If he
56.
gets out, can we blow him up like the necklace of fireball?
If you want to decide to do that, hang on. I have
If I
3
fireball
alchemist
him,
fire.
That won't happen. They're inert until they go off. They're inert until they go off. Nydia's turn.
Okay.
Where am I hearing this screaming coming?
You can see it upstairs on the left side of the banister. And you even see a little bit of smoke. Not much compared to the Wrath of Sonya, but then you look up and there's a little bit of poof and as Chewie screams in whatever his native tongue happens to be, and blood like flies down the stairs onto the carpet. Also, the downstairs is probably on fire at this point. Yeah, there's no way that all isn't just a burning mess.
not my fault.
Lava, 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 lava. Fire is bad. Fire is bad.
So I can't see anything, but I can tell the general direction it's coming.
You have line of sight with the vampires if you have like a ranged spell you would like to cast or want to like shoot at them. The one thing I don't like about
how
maps
far-
is it's I'm looking. It's 10 feet up. It's like the arc makes it like 20 feet away.
Okay. I am going to. How do you
Oh,
how do you consider disrupting weapon with something like a crossbow?
Do you have it on your crossbow as well?
Well, I can cast disrupting weapons.
Oh, I see. It would work the same way as if it was on your dagger. So
It should just put it on the ammo when you shoot it.
that's right. Yeah, you don't have to target each bolt specifically. Well, that'd be rough. But
Oh,
you would cast it. It would target the crossbow, and every bolt fired from that crossbow for the duration would have the ability.
Okay, then I am going to cast disrupting weapons on my hand crossbow.
Alrighty. I imagine that's 2 actions.
I guess it is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a shot at a vampire.
Seems
I
good.
cannot see them on the board, so I will just be firing at whatever.
I hear you. We know where they are in Twitchland, and Chewie's very aware of where they are. You have line of sight to one of them, the other would be shooting like past Chewie. So go ahead and make that d20 roll. Their AC's not that bad. I've already used my nimble dodge against the alchemist fire, so.
Okay.
And for the record, these guys did not have nimble dodge, but they also have nothing except a d6 of sneak attack for the rogue, and if they're truly a rogue, they should have 1 class feat. They don't.
Yeah.
So I gave them nimble dodge. Yeah, it is.
It's one I grabbed.
Yes, sir. I don't have a shield. I didn't give him shield proficiency. I'm not that cool.
So it's going to be
So if a creature grabs another, does that also mean that they are technically grabbed as well, like old grappled effect, or no?
It does not.
I don't see that, so I was wondering.
Which is good. I don't like that it's just a DC 5 flat check. That does also miss an idea. It like I should say he's screened by the banister. So like you have a little line of sight to, well no, you can see his head. You can shoot up there, but it just like pings the wall. It looks down at you and what languages? I have common and regional language. I'm gonna say I forget what's spelled. Varisian?
Varisian and I looked it up.
Thank you, sir. So he looks down and in Varisian, in common, just, you will be next, Pharasmin. We're busy. Does this, a little wipes the orc blood off him. The students continue to panic. Actually, you know what? No. As the students panic, Lucivi...
Turn into drow.
They were going to be drow assassins, but there's not 6 of you. 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
my response will be all who live. That's so judgment.
5, 10, 15, 20. Lucivi comes running out of the room. You can hear the students freaking out, brandishing Saren Ray's holy symbol, holding it in the direction of the vampires. She's not close enough, and she's out of actions to try to do the thing, but Pip, you're up.
oh no.
So did I hit or not hit?
You did not hit. You just barely missed.
Oh, there goes our others. I mean, to be fair, we're just trying to keep the professor alive, so...
He's the only one that matters. Well, that's not... He's the only one that matters from Sonya's point of view. Yeah. You got
I
it.
just want my money.
Just want my money. What you got, Pip?
Alright, well, first I should go up the rest of the stairs.
Okay, is your speed 25?
Yes.
Alright, so then 25 would put you outside Sombrefell Hall! No, just kidding. I'm dragging you over.
I'm
And-
so awesome, I can walk through walls.
I mean, if I thought about making that character just a pure monk and then at your 6th level class be dimensional steps, but this build seems so much better. Anywho, so you end up right there at 1 stride.
Oh god,
And-
I'm on the other side.
Yeah, and you can see Chili being devoured by 2 vampires as Lucivi moves forward trying to stop him.
I guess I will keep running.
Alrighty. You have, let me, boop, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh no!
One,
No, I'm in the black.
Oh,
Luckily I know where how to roll.
all is darkness.
All this
Navigate to the
darkness.
left.
5.
Just navigate to the left and you'll find it.
So I see 3 moves
I
from
think
Pip.
that's all I can
Okay.
get to.
We go to the one remaining Ghast, who is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Use one action to shut this door. And then do things you can't see. Dak?
One action, 2 actions to open the door.
Yep. You should have you should have line of sight. Now you have line of sight to him, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So burning all 3 of your actions.
All 3 actions to get right on him and make sure you can't shut that door again.
Fair enough. He's got 12 intelligence. He's polite.
What's his speed?
His speed is 30.
His speed is 30? Okay, so I can match his speed number. I was trying to get past him, is what I was wondering. If I could have just got one past him.
Okay, Sonya, what's up?
Alright, well, Sonya heard blood curdling scream and then taunting, so gonna go to the source of that.
That's up the stairs.
How far upstairs can she move for the 25 speed?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 2 strides puts you, damn it, right there. And from there,
I'm
you...
gonna do 2 strides.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 puts
You
you...
get a line of sight with 1 stride.
You could have line of sight to one of them, but not both. You certainly have line of sight to Hank, but that's...
Alright, that's good enough for me.
Okay. Well, from there, actually, hang on. I gotta I'm drawing a map in my head. You would have line of sight to both of them from there. And you're like around a corner,
Right.
so like Hank is here and then over here, basically.
Your staff out.
What you got?
Alright, I can't see them.
I'll give you a line of sight to Hank. Controlled by Granola. Badoom, 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 badoom. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
You see what I mean?
Oh, what's her name? Had to show up right there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Where did the vampires come from, anyways?
They came from the attic.
Ah, got it.
Came from beyond.
And as that is brought up, it would dawn on Dak as he's heard vampires that the "you are always welcome in my home" is the Dominion's possessiveness of Dr. Oslar has allowed him to say that, so the vampires could enter the house in the first place.
Ah! Dang it!
Otherwise, of course, they'd be standing outside waiting.
The one closest to the stairs, gonna fire. Can I fire a lightning bolt at it?
Yes, you can.
I'm not gonna be able to get in the other ones, but it's
You certainly may.
better than disrupt undead.
Yeah, that it is.
Alright.
Burn through all those resources.
That's what I'm worried about as well.
It's only
resources, none.
only a 21 DC because I can't spend any other actions.
I have 28.
Alright. So, yeah, that made it. Let's see.
Man, these guys are rolling really good, too. Not only did they get the drop on Hank, but they're rolling just consistently, like 17, 18, 19. Gross. $24 points of damage. I will pass and take 12.
Alright.
And then I think it goes to my turn.
Yep.
They...
Goodbye, Hank. It was nice knowing you.
Some of their wounds begin to staunch. The burn marks are a little less severe. They are pretty bound and determined, yes, to kill you, Hank. Easy mode or hard mode? You said hard mode. You're flanked. You are flanked to him. 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Does it critically hit?
A 26, and I have a -2 because I'm flanked.
Mm.
I'm gonna do math here. Okay.
I
It's
don't-
not a critical.
That's correct. Okay, so 2d8 plus 4 plus 1d6 sneak attack damage for 20 damage.
I am at dying.
Okay, you are dying. They are going to spend the rest of their actions attacking you until you go to dying 4 and dead. But I have to roll it. So I can't coup de grace. So then the next attack is the first attack from the other vampire who natural 20s, putting you to dying 3. The last attack is... Please don't be mad. I've never killed a player before.
I understand.
First time for everything.
Second attack
Does he come back as a
is another natural 20. So you guys hear Hank scream out as these two vampires just devour him. Bits of...
The Wilhelm scream.
No, it's the... Well, Chewie can flavor his own death. He showed up for 5 minutes and missed the first half of a fair at Sombrefell Hall.
Poor dude.
So, I'm at dying 4 or dead.
You are dead. You went from dying 1 to dying 3 to dead, because I crit you twice.
Can I have a last word?
Oh yeah? Yeah, you totally can. Go for it.
Sir, I didn't know you, my friend, but I shall see what I can... I'm going to my god now. I shall ask for help.
Fair enough.
I thought he was gonna do like,
That's as
I
long
hit the treasure in the...
It's okay, I'm gonna explode your body.
With my last breath, I curse Zoidberg! So I'm trying to see if I have create... I have a vampire spawn, so I don't think I can also create spawn. Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
I cannot.
That's what I was wondering. Oh my gosh.
that would be great.
They're both going to use their last actions to stride up the stairs. Hank is dead. GG. Chewie, you're still my buddy. Congratulations on getting married.
Thank you.
Nadia.
I'm confused. Why are you running away?
You died.
Okay.
Such weird vampires.
So they have gone up further.
Yeah, you can't see them anymore. You hear Chewie like gurgle out, and then bits of his flesh and like parts of his ear and his teeth and his jaw and his eyes, and he's basically just like he's been. Oh, Joe puts it as he's been meat blizzarded. And that's what's gone down. Bits of green flesh just all over the place. One down.
Dead.
4 to go.
Definitely dead.
Yeah, that's accurate.
If there were to describe how dead he was, it would be cadaverific.
Man, that's another thing I like about this group is I've killed somebody and Chewie's not salty and he's still hanging out. I am impressed. I'm super honored to play Carrying Ground with you guys after this. I'll have to work on flavoring my gothic horror. This is the warm up.
Granted, playing playtests like this, but almost all characters are kind of throwaway characters, right?
I mean, when we go to Mirrored Moon, technically speaking, that's supposed to be where Ojitai and Ethan come back, and Tycho. But if someone wanted to play Tugar and Chewie and Jared instead, I wouldn't say no. Or even these characters. Except for Hank. Hank is goodbye.
Well, Hank is now resurrected as a vampire.
I wish. I'm not that cool. Had I killed him with a ghoul, we could wait for like 4 hours till midnight, and then, well, he'd come back as a ghoul, but... Or a ghast, rather. Exactly. Boom. Anyway, what's Nadia got for us?
I'm going to spend an action to reload my crossbow,
Okay.
and then head up the stairs.
Okie dokie.
Again, I'm going to die from paralysis.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is going to be great. 2 deaths in one night.
Yeah, we did it!
And more are coming.
And more are coming.
Yeah, I was about to say, more are coming.
Let's split the party.
You asked for hard mode. No, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, it's roll a d4 to determine when the next wave comes instead of wait 5 minutes, and you've rolled a 4 twice, so it's not like next round, here's the next one. Maybe you'll get unlucky between here and there, though, but it's been 2 very clutch d4s. Anyway, is that Niley's turn?
Yes, I moved twice and had reloaded my crossbow.
Alrighty, it goes to the students. I forget their names. What are their names? Vittoria and Royce continue to freak out in the master bedroom while Lucivi runs past Hank up the stairs. Pip, you're on.
Oh man, she is so dead.
Like I said, I ought to actually put them on the board because Pip might follow.
Yeah, I'm currently wondering if I should maybe grab some of the stuff on the... I mean, I don't know if I can actually call those pieces left on the ground with the alchemist.
Close enough. It does dawn on you that all that garlic that would have been super useful is in the bag of holding downstairs.
God dang it.
Can I also add that since my
Well, actually,
my dagger is my holy symbol, I'm kind of holding it out
Okay.
before me.
So that will take one action to present the holy symbol in front of a vampire, and you've used 3 to move.
Well, I'm just walking that way.
But do it, like, you've reloaded your crossbow as one action, and then you use 2 actions to move up. And I'm pretty sure I imagine it's probably like 1 action per round, like it was in 1E. I'll double check
I don't
that.
even know where a vampire is.
Oh, I'm looking.
do all the bombs
You are.
from alchemists still work after they die?
Yes,
I
yes.
have some I bought.
He has his inventory still, and he's invested his residence into them in the beginning of the day to craft them, so they work. They're all still there.
We can use them without the double investment penalty.
You can. It's really good. So even Chewy's death doesn't hurt as bad as it could have, because all his gear's been paid for.
To be fair, he was sleeping all of last time. So
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. So brandishing the holy symbol is like raising a shield. And okay, fair enough.
That's a reaction.
It is not. You have to use 1 action to raise it.
Okay.
Yeah, raising a shield as a reaction is the feat.
Right.
Okay. Got it. So I can hold. I'm holding it out, but I'm not brandishing.
You got it. You got to say some Phrasman things. Anyway, what's Pip got?
I'm not sure if we should follow them, but that mad woman just ran after them, and I don't even know why the vampires are fleeing in the first place.
You can make a perception check. If you'd like to spend an action to make a perception check, you may do so.
Yeah, I will do that.
That's because of your dangerous kitty claws.
Kitty cat kung fu is strong.
That makes sense. I obliterated some undead.
And that's pretty much accurate. They seem to fight in a similar way that you do. Like, they're rogues. They got the jump on one guy and sneak attacked him. And now that you guys are turning around, they're going to try to find... Like, obviously there's a window that you guys know that leads to the top of the mansion through the attic. They're probably going to flee back through there. And they might wait and strike again, or they might try to come through a different door. It's very guerrilla warfare is what's going on here. They're not running. They're setting up again. And also...
Sounds like it.
Also-
Trying to set the attic on fire.
Lucivia is probably dead if you don't get at that. Like, she's got a holy symbol. They'll run for a little while.
Yeah.
But eventually they can make saves.
I just don't get why she's running up there.
She's brave.
Such a stupid idea.
Yeah, it definitely is. But you knew she wanted to help in the first place, and then you left her alone for a little while, and she heard the sounds of combat, so she took the initiative. Though it may well cost her.
Protect the kids. That's what I told her to do.
You did.
Yeah.
But she did not listen. She'll probably die for it.
It's
Crazy people never listen.
They don't? That's correct.
4, 5.
brave people tend to die.
Accurate.
Where's my snap leaf so I can get out of here alive?
We know the primary target. Isn't there somewhere we can make us
Okay,
stand?
well, I
He's
can
downstairs.
only get to there anyway.
Alrighty, that goes to the third ghoul, who is...
Let's do this.
He's going to step here. He would like to attack the door twice. He's going to try to break it down.
Well, he's gonna have to because of the way we did it.
Yeah, he did. That was very smart of you guys. Good
Well,
thinking.
sure, he can still help out you can throw whatever is left of him, and then detonate a fireball in him.
Yeah,
That's gonna blow up like everything.
exactly. You did it.
I think the
So
house is still on fire. Isn't it?
it definitely is. So I gotta make an athletics check to burst.
you
Not
will blow
my
that up.
fault.
Technically, it's not your fault because the first fire.
Nope.
Somebody completely different.
I did not start the fire.
You didn't start the fire.
You just added to it.
So he can break through the pythons, but a 24 and a 16 on 2 athletic checks breaks the middle of the trapdoor out.
Still okay.
Dacron,
Is it big enough for the guy to come through then?
it's big enough for a medium creature to squeeze, but it's gonna hurt to do so. Because it's like splinters, right?
Yep. Well then I come up and let's stab him.
Okay, 17 misses.
That's not critical. Had to roll low. Alright, then again, and that's a critical.
Your weapon falls out of your hand down the hole in the stairs.
I am totally dead!
Sonya!
Well, I have not heard any screams, so... the stairs!
Alrighty. 5, so one action will get you up there. And this is going to be a really interesting bit to the narrative if the party wipes at Sombrefell Hall.
Yeah.
Moving you around, you used one action, you end up the body of Hank. Bloody and gross.
Is it clear he's dead?
Yeah, it's clear, for clear.
Taking his stuff.
Okay, so you have 2 actions worth of looting. Chewie, what kind of cool magic items did you have on you?
Anything that looks explosive and throwable.
Okay, so 2 alchemist fires.
I also have 2 acid flasks, 1 bottle of liquid ice, 1 bottle of a bottle of lightning, 1 tanglefoot bag, and 1 thunderstone.
No.
And a potion of healing that does 3d8 healing.
I'm going
In
with
my
the
bracelet
fire.
roll.
Bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
And will that be the end of my turn if I
Yeah.
use up both actions?
It would, to grab both.
Okay.
Then it goes to the vampires. They can get... They're not within 10 feet. Okay, so what happens is... I'm going to just throw a d20 at the board. They don't need to add any... Oh. Okay. The things happen. You guys don't have line of sight to the things.
I'm glad those are very low.
They are. They are low. Low is a thing that they are.
You never know.
Nadia. It's pretty quiet now aside from the fire, which is spreading in Sombrefell Hall. Now it's purple, son. It's basically that carpet was very flammable. The bottom floor.
I did ask if they have insurance.
They probably do.
Favorites.
What you got, Nadia? It's like Nadia, the green magic god, except with a D. No goddess of the hunt here. She was
So
fine.
how far do I have to go up before
5, 10, 15.
I can move into the room?
It would take you 2 strides to get to the second floor.
Okay, so that's where I'm gonna go, so I can start moving in the direction everybody else is.
Alright,
Oh,
so
where did I
there's...
go?
I'm getting there, hang on, I gotta drag you a fair distance. So you end up, you see as you get up the stairs... Did you move your token? I moved your token. You are here. Sit, boo-boo. You come up the stairs and you see Sonya just looting the body.
Well, whatever pieces are left of them.
Which is. I have to gotta double check a thing. I'm not sure. I forget.
I frown at that.
You might have to. I forget what year.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
anathema to me. I mean,
Where do you find the anathema? Where is that? Is it under like advanced options? It probably isn't it with deities. Yeah, there we go.
Leaving a corpse Looting a tomb is
Create undead, desecrating a corpse. Yeah, he's definitely desecrating that poor man's corpse.
yeah.
You can even call it a corpse at this point.
He's over there.
He is.
And there. And there.
This is all being great.
There are several Chewies.
Pieces of it.
All the pieces reanimate and start jumping.
You become like a person who's. You. Okay, so you've got one more action idea. Frowning is not an action. You can no.
I am going to spend that last action to start brandishing my holy symbol because I do not know where an attack's gonna come from.
Okay, understood. Third round. Pip, what you got?
I would laugh if she brandishes it at Sonya.
Those are a lot of thingies.
That's just Chewie's body parts. he doesn't animate his 6 deadly Chewies.
First I was like, where did all those enemies come from?
Chewie's soul.
All I had to do was have determination.
Yeah.
I know, right?
It's so hilarious, they're like so many.
Chewie parts.
God, I think I stepped in him.
You probably did. Pip definitely did too. It's kind of hard to not. Matter of fact, that's difficult terrain. I should have said that Pip would have had to make a save. The floor has been greased. It is greased because he has a grease stain. Oh, thank you so much for being a good sport, Chewie.
No problem. This is the first time I've ever died. And
Oh, damn. You are my first confirmed kill. Not gonna lie. Anyway, what's Pip got for us?
Okay,
This is
well,
always your first on screen, on
at
camera.
least let's move up and see if those vampires have murdered,
Yeah, Lushivi's very dead. There's a dagger sticking out of her neck.
well, that was to be expected.
You see, one of them, you can kind of see it like out the door. It's turning and running because it natural one, and so it got repulsed. But the other one just kind of like stands there and looks at you and just. Hi.
Okay.
I can see the vampire just sitting there like, so, what
I
brings
guess
you to this
I
part of
do have
town?
my the teammate right outside the right downstairs, not very long stairs,
Yep, that's fair.
out of stairs. So I guess I can risk to engage them. All right, let's go over and try punching.
Okay, understood. I have
Can I get there with a single move?
yeah. 5 to. I'm looking. Hang on. 10, it would take 2 strides to get there, or like a stride and a step. But you have one action, and you're still. It's one combat, so you're still in Tiger style, unless you don't want to be.
I'm
Because
still Tiger style.
Kitty Cat Kung Fu.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Always raising my hands, making them like a tiny claws.
Every couple of feet, he does this.
Let's try hitting it.
Alrighty. 26 hits.
26.
That connects.
19 damage.
Okay. Duly noted.
That was, I think, exactly average.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Chewie, you actually had 1 hero point, and it allows you to stave off death anytime you gain the dying condition or your dying
that's
condition
right.
increases in severity. You can spend 1 hero to lose the dying condition entirely.
And then I would have continued to wail on him, so it kind of becomes arbitrary at this point, because I had crit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, still, it would have taken them longer.
yeah.
They would have
They went
needed
to run
more
away so quickly.
so they couldn't have run away as fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, he lasts like another round, right?
Chewie can use the hero point to give them slowed 1, I'll say. Because he's dead now. And they would have continued to attack. At any point he would have stabilized, they would have continued to attack, and they natural 20 twice, so he would have still ticked down.
yeah, I'll give it slowness.
Suddenly the vampires, like, as reality twists around them.
Still some of
told
that
you I was
acid
afraid
in his
of him.
blood.
Yeah. They trip out a little.
Things got a little trippy.
Their eyes dilate real hard.
Bad blood.
That once I got drunk is still in my blood.
So Tiger style Kung Fu does connect. It doesn't quite do as much damage as Pip might have hoped. The wounds already begin to like knit back up. As the ghoul jumps down into the hole, he's gonna take some damage.
It for them. It just means that they will have to take even more of my furious scratching.
The ghoul takes a little bit of damage. Bits of his flesh are left in the bits of the door as he jumps down, and then you hear the sounds of it's backwards Aklo. You're not quite sure what's said, but it's enough for like you don't hear it for long. It quickly cuts off. I might fumble. I didn't fumble. Okay. Zach, you're on.
So if I want to get through there, I have to use acrobatics to squeeze through then?
You'll take 2d6 damage to move past the stuff, and it's difficult terrain. Yeah, it's just yeah.
But then I can do one move action to get to where my short sword is and pick that up, I'm assuming.
Yep, you could probably. The room is so small, you could probably do it in one stride.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is I want to get there, get my short sword as quickly as I can, and then just try killing the ghoul again.
Okay, understood. I'll let you while I'm moving. Oh, I moved the python. I needed to move the ghoul. Go ahead and roll your 2d6. You are the master of your own fate.
Oh, great! This is gonna.
It feels bad. Gonna roll 12.
Good luck.
That's
Decidedly average.
exactly.
So you come down and you see that Dr. Osselar has been knocked unconscious by the ghoul, who's bending down as if to like firemen carry him out.
All right, so that means that the ghoul flat-footed then if he's trying to carry a corpse.
He's encumbered. So yeah, he is. We'll call him flat-footed.
Do I get one attack or two attacks?
You one action to move, one action to pick up your weapon. You have one attack.
Okay, just making sure. And I have my short sword, so I'm doing this.
Okay, that does not critically hit. The 12 damage is a sign the ghoul doesn't look good.
If he's flat-footed, my critical still goes through, correct?
No.
Not critical, sneak.
Yeah, the sneak attack does go through, yeah.
Okay. I have that on a separate button, so.
Flavor that kill.
I'm just right to the throat.
And he
just right to the spine, and he just crumbles down.
falls on top of the professor. Sonia.
Alright, you said that's all difficult terrain for sticky pieces of chewy?
Yep. Chewy pieces of sticky, if you will.
25, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which room did they go in? Was it this one or was it that one?
They went here, up the stairs.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Alrighty, up the stairs you go. You see Luchivi's dead. Pip's tiger-style kung fu is great, but not great enough.
Oh.
You should have line of sight. Do you have line of sight? Yeah, you can see both vampires.
Yeah. I hope Pip has a real good reflex save.
He's got evasion. He's the monk.
Start
Is that door open?
Areas.
Yeah, there's one stride. Well, actually, it might have been two. Hold up. 5, 10, 15, 20. It was 2 shreds. You have 1 action left because of the difficult terrain. Unless you want to try an acrobatics check to not fall in Chewy's gore. Then it will be 1 action.
Do it! I haven't been hurt anyway yet.
Wait, it was 1.
Because it was a slippery surface, it was kind of difficult terrain.
Right. So this is 2 squares.
Yeah.
So this was 25 feet to go there, and then to get to where you are there is... Oh, that's the wrong board. There are too many boards on this map. Where are you? That was the start of your second stride.
Oh, okay.
So you've just ticked into it.
The one right there, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Alright, there's no darkness up here. Actually there is. You've cast light on yourself. It's dark up here.
Well, with how many actions do you have?
He has 1 action
I
left.
got the one.
Okay, understood.
But I can do it.
Alright, so it's an auto hit and D4 plus. Let's see. Check real quick. Is it still D4 plus 1?
Yeah. Well, more for you.
Alright, so it'll be D4 plus 2
2.
for me.
Yep. Your sorcery is in fact dangerous.
It's not much, buddy, but 5 damage should help.
Duly noted. It hits
I think
him.
that's about as much as they regenerate from.
That literally is enough to take his regeneration, yeah. Then it's going to go to the vampires.
Well, I don't know that.
You do not. Some damage is put back. I think I want to I need to double check a thing, actually, because I'm attacking a rogue. I need to know how that works with rogue stuff.
If you're a lower level rogue, I think it's actually,
Yeah, I forget. I gotta double check it.
I remember there was something about it, I just didn't,
Yeah, I'm looking. Hang on. Because I didn't expect this to happen. I should have. There's 2 rogues in the party. That's my bad. That's on me, guys. I'm looking. Ancestry feats. I think it's just for nothing that matters right now. Because it's uncanny dodge is what we need, and I think that's a class feat. Anyway, they're going to stride back into the room. Yeah, sure, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then he's going to gut that flank, try to attack at our monk rogue for, what do I add? I add this, and boom, a 15 to hit. Targeting Robin.
Against me, a 15? That doesn't hit.
Oh,
But it
right.
also doesn't fumble.
Nice. How about a... Ooh.
That
Okay.
does fumble.
So that one fumbles, and what happens is they say some stuff in Varisian, and this one is going to use the last 2 of his actions to leave the room. This one, for his fumble, he doesn't think it's a good idea to be strategic and is going to continue attacking. That seems like a bad fumble, but they wanted to hit and then double stride out to be safe. There's a sorceress. Oh, okay. And they're both slowed. So he did one strike, as I said they were slowed, and then he fumbles again. Didn't have the 3rd action in the first place. It provokes from Kitty Cat Kung Fu. Yeah. He leans a little too far forward, trying to bite at your throat. That does connect. Does not critical. Does connect.
19.
19. Well. Okay, gotta do some math. Damn. This is a very good build. I love this build so much.
I think that's the same damage I rolled when I rolled average. So that should be about average again.
Yep, duly noted. He doesn't look good.
Damage.
You punch into him, and actually, I didn't do a thing.
I don't punch, I scratch.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. You scratch into him, and it almost like you think you should have knocked his head off, but it kind of like just like rolls around backwards, and then the exorcists the other way, smiles at you. An idea.
Ouch, that looks unhealthy.
Can I see from where I'm at?
From where you are, you can see the remains of a half-orc. You can hear the sounds of combat from up these stairs here, but if you want to move at full speed, you're moving essentially through Greece. You can hear the sounds of a couple of children freaking out from down the hall. And the other rogue is nowhere to be found.
I left you guys. Y'all.
GG. I'm gonna join the Dominion. This seems better. Bye-bye.
To
I might
follow
have-
I was
where,
worried you were gonna die.
to follow where the person
They
I
had no
was
idea.
with went, which direction would I go?
Up here.
Okay, then that is the direction I'm going to head.
Do you want to move full speed through Chewie's remains, or do you want to move half speed?
I'm going to move at the best speed I can being safe.
Okay, so that'd be half speed. And that's probably for the best, because if you move full speed, you might step on some of them and desecrate the remains. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, this is the start of your second stride as you end up there.
Wouldn't Pharasma understand in the middle of combat that sometimes you have to run through a little bit of bodies?
Hey, you said hard mode.
No.
Yeah, Yeah, but I mean, it's a deity. A deity should understand.
I feel like Pharasma also would understand that you're taking potions from a guy to use them. Especially if he had, like, holy water.
Him.
Yeah!
I swear.
I mean, he's not doing necrophilia or necromancy or any of that stuff. He's just grabbing item
Yeah, she's
to kill his
taking his stuff.
She's just...
She's not going to use it anymore.
That's accurate. Alright.
Now that I'm here, what am I looking at token-wise? Is the vampire is...
Well, I didn't mean to move you. So you can see, what can you see? There's one vampire that's fighting Pip. The student who's come upstairs is dead, and Sonia has just magic missiled.
Wait, student is... What student is that?
This one right here.
Isn't she, like... I thought she was like a teacher.
She's a grad student. So it's like a teacher, super teacher.
She was a grad student.
Now she just has a knife in her neck.
Is she deader than dead, or is she, like, dying?
Well, yeah, she'd be dying. It's gone to the vampire's turn. She might be dead. The dice will tell us here in a second. Okay, she is at dying 3.
I'll laugh if she
Okay.
lives.
So,
We
Could still stabilize her.
so
have a
this is
healer,
my-
and
So I still have one action left.
Okay. You're in the middle of your second stride as you go there. So, like, if you wanted to heal her, you could finish your second stride here, and then you could cast cast heal on her to bring her back.
I mean, you could...
or
She's a
stabilize.
Or stabilize.
Either
Stabilize
one
has
works.
range,
Okay, oh wait.
and it has stabilize has range.
Also true.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to use, well, stabilize I think takes 2 actions actually.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't think I can do that.
So you do have to go up and touch her then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's okay.
this,
But
Hopefully
still,
I'm still
heal.
Yeah.
fine fighting.
I mean, at your level and that you're a cleric, yeah, your heals are probably very powerful.
They're powerful enough to take her to full. Yeah. Especially the challenge. She doesn't have a lot of hit points. It wasn't hard to get her to dying. You could get her to full pretty easy. So second action here.
Full panel, that would have been better, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Do we want to?
Just take the knife out of her throat first.
Oh god! So she comes back and it doesn't take an action. The heal will cause the wound to close, so the dagger will push out. Otherwise, that's horrible. If you fumble the touch or something, maybe. Oh, I forgot. Oops. Dies.
wait, you have to actually roll for touch on
No,
that?
no. You do not.
So that's going to use that would use a channel up right there.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
So there's no need to roll. You have more than enough power to take a calm error with 1 hit dice to full. It goes to the students who panic. She opens her eyes and is too paralyzed with fear, I should say, to move. Pip.
Glad she's not running again towards them.
Yeah.
Jump over the shoulder. Go get down to the children! And then, I will attempt, stomach fist.
Yes, sir. My fort save's not the best. I guess I'm using my cha, not my con. Do I have a fort save? That's relevant. Yeah, I do. Okay. A 17 does not hit. It just barely
Yeah,
misses.
that's what I thought. Can I do stomach fist more than one? Per round?
It takes 2 actions.
You have enough.
2
Oh, I
actions.
thought
Alright, okay, so then let's just do normal punch.
Yes, sir. So at the -4,
I don't punch, scratch.
normal scratch. Oh, I just moved off the vampire. Why'd I move off the vampire? Go down, do the scrolling, do a scroll. Does not critically hit, but does hit.
Well,
Almost
they
critically hits.
couldn't have triggered because the 17 didn't hit. So
That's fair.
it couldn't be.
Yeah, fair.
But still, 14.
Well, that's a weird amount of damage. Fair enough. Alrighty, duly noted. So I gotta
That's 5 damage below average.
It definitely, like, this guy's reeling back and forth. He's not looking good. On death's door, on undeath's door. Dak, at the top of your turn, some things are gonna happen.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Death by 1,000 cat scratches. You actually, Anthony, I will say you got that hero point last session for a reason. This dungeon does in fact have a poltergeist in it. You called it just hard. It spawns where you are.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
To breathe. This is gonna just murder me.
Yep. You guys wanted hard mode. All this stuff begins to shake around you. The professor's glasses shake off his head, and a poltergeist appears in the room. Is there anyone left? Other things also do the happening, but you don't know what. But you do on Twitch and YouTube. No stream sniping. That's cheaty face. I will target you. You get filth fever for cheating, is what happens. And good. Make a let's have Chewy participate. Roll me a d4.
Okay.
The only reason I'm at Twitch is to give my views.
No, beautiful. I appreciate it. Roll up.
That's what I'm doing as well.
Nice. Alrighty. Things happen. What can a poltergeist do? I've never used a poltergeist before. I don't even know what even it is.
It's the rose stuff.
Oh, why do I
I
have?
mean, luckily you're fighting the dex-based character, but still, I'm by myself against the creature.
Okay.
Like an angry toddler.
Okay, so a poltergeist is only visible when it uses its frighten ability. So that's what happens. But out of nowhere, this thing appears, cackling and spooky ooky. Will save from Dak, please. That succeeds. You are bolstered.
Remember to add.
But now it's
He does not add. He is well out of range of your consecrate. So I have. It's gonna. Yeah, even if it was just the ground, everybody's out of range of it because he's broken line of effect by going downstairs. Well, then he disappears. Poof goes this guy. So I guess I'll just. Everything is shaking in this room, and there's a poltergeist, and the professor's glasses get chucked at your face with unnatural speed.
It is sensed, correct?
Yes, he's sensed. 31 to hit.
That hits.
Does it crit?
No.
Alrighty, that's so much damage. These glasses. 19 damage. 2d12.
That is a lot of damage.
Those are the most damaging glasses I've ever.
Yeah, they hurt. They the glass breaks in such a way that it cuts your jugular on both sides. Just
I was gonna say.
Oh, that really hurts. I will definitely let out an audible ow!
How about a 27 to hit?
I will use nimble dodge then and avoid that.
And then you just barely avoid the table that comes flying right. Not the table. The chair that's exactly the size of the pieces of glass that are jammed in your jugular to try to push them through and through you. You just barely lean out of the way. Sonia, let's get everybody who isn't Dak to make a quick perception check because you guys are 2 floors away from him.
I know. So it goes invisible with it's just only visible when it does the fear, but then it doesn't stay visible.
Correct. It is naturally invisible.
That is.
That's
really
mean.
hard.
It's not soft. Okay, so Nydia does not hear it. Pip and damn it, and Sonia, they don't hear Dak, but they do hear the frightened screams of the children downstairs of Royce and Vittoria promptly cut off.
Uh-oh. God dang it, woman. You should have stayed there. Because of her, we have to chase up to the attic.
Alright, so is it Sony's turn?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Wait, did you skip me?
Did I skip you?
Right, skip me.
Oh, I did skip you. I'm so sorry. No, forgive me. That's in Dak's turn. Going back.
Yeah, you go.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do now.
Well, you can run. You'll take 2d6 damage moving past those.
Skipped.
You can get skipped. I'm gonna throw stuff at you.
My suggestion is not to die.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of this thing, but try not dying.
Dak also knows he is presently the only thing standing between the mission failing. Because everybody else is upstairs. The professor is unconscious next to you. It's not going to take a lot of effort for somebody to carry them out, and then you will have failed.
Yep.
It's the bottom of the ninth.
Carry out.
Mm.
Yes, carry out, not kill.
Mm.
That's why I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. What the thing is. Okay, sense flat attempt of TC 11.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Or you just straight up fail the check. All right. So I will actually crawl through, go up.
Okay.
And I will be on the top, and I will yell loudly, "Hey, there's a ghost down here, and I can't see it."
Okay. So you will, as you crawl up, there's... you could, I'll let you make an acrobatics check to try to, like, squeeze and around all of the sharp pointies, and a 14 with 30, yeah, okay, you critically succeed. You actually, what happens is you realize that would be a bad idea, and you just kind of, like, you grab a bit of something under you and you push up and break the rest of, on a critical success, the rest of the sharp pointies in such a way that it won't hurt anybody to pass through there again. And now, Dak can hear the sounds of something not good from the second floor. Just more like undead as the children, they scream out and then their screams are silenced. And everybody can make another perception check if they aren't Dekvis.
That thing is dying. Nope.
It provokes from the vampire, and no one hears you. Sonya does. Sonya hears you. And then the vampire, like, as Pip kind of like, what was that noise? What's that noise? 20 to hit Pip.
Does not hit.
The vampire lunges forward and just barely misses, and that's a...
Pip turns around, he doesn't look, and like, a hand swipes past his face and like, oh shit.
Oh, a fight! Oopsie! Alright, so you got, I'll say 2 more actions. Dekvis, what you got? Let me move you back onto the first floor, I guess, where there's a lot of fire. Everything is bad. Everything is nightmares.
Yeah, this is not doing good.
I'm moving you so awkwardly.
Undead are more than likely immune to intimidation. So,
What are you gonna do?
I'm
dead.
This is
About the only saving grace that Dak has right now is he knows that the poltergeist, based on the fact that all the furniture in this house is nailed to the floor, has been haunting Sombrefell Hall and isn't part of the Night Herald assault that's happening right now. So the poltergeist probably isn't going to carry Dr. Veridosilar out of here. It might kill him. It might come after you.
You could try doing like a diplomacy check and tell the poltergeist to fight against the undead who are trying to take his domain.
It isn't the worst idea.
I've heard worse.
I have definitely heard worse ideas in my time, yeah.
Alright, sure. Why not?
Alright.
Poltergeist! Attack the undead, not the living! We're trying to destroy your home!
Make a diplomacy check. May
At
the
least I have ranks in that.
May the force be with you.
Oh, actually... Okay,
Come on, natural 20 then. That's pretty good.
That's a solid roll.
That's...
It does break his will DC.
Yes!
Oh my gosh. Oh, please don't kill me.
Oh, from foe to friend.
So that was, then I used my second action, and my third action to move into the bedroom then, so yeah, oh god.
Duly noted.
Oh, god. So the first one to move, second one to do diplomacy down the hole.
Third one to move, got it. Alright, now Sonya may have a turn, if she would like.
I can see that. Guys, there's a ghost! Never mind.
It's still there! It's still there! I don't know until it acts. I won't actually know what happens until it acts.
That's fair. That's definitely accurate.
Alright.
Also, we
Let's
still
see.
have to protect the professor anyway.
Yeah, if the professor dies, the mission is over. I mean, I'll still try to kill you, don't get me wrong, but you will have failed your quest.
How bad is that vampire
Well,
looking?
we might have resurrection.
Fair. The vampire doesn't look the best. It's been leaning back and forth quite a bit. Its wounds are rapidly knitting themselves. It could be, if it was a normal person, Pip would have killed him.
Alright, well, Pip told me to leave. Normally, Sonya would be like, screw you, I'm doing what I want.
Screw you guys!
Now there's a ghost. So, gonna lightning bolt and then boot out there.
Okay, so from where you're standing, there's no way to cast that lightning bolt that won't also hit Pip.
It's okay.
Well,
But you could stride there, fire it, stride. Well, that's you would.
Pip
It's
has
2
evasion.
actions.
Pip has evasion.
Pip be nimble, Pip be quick. Pip jump over that lightning bolt.
Pip make a reflex save.
The DC is 21.
I'm gonna let Pip roll before I roll for the vampire.
Alright.
That actually should be fine for Pip for most.
May RNGesus be with you.
That should be
Come
fine.
on. Go
Oh.
ahead.
Oh, okay, here we go. Roll the damage if you would. I will grab my vampire Moroi.
That was unlikely.
That was unlikely.
Well, I failed too.
Evasion doesn't do anything if you fail?
That's improved evasion.
Not until the next
He would treat success as a critical success and take nothing, but they've both failed. Pip takes 23 damage and flavor that kill. Not a Pip, not the vampire.
Oh, I was gonna say, friendly fire. No.
Friendly fire isn't.
Goo. I mean, that's plasma.
Yeah, it is. Alright, fair enough. Poof.
Then going to scoot on out of there.
Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 puts you right at the start of the chewy goop.
Okay.
And then it's my turn. Some things are happening that no one sees, but Twitch sees. An idea!
I am.
It's okay, guys. It's only like 1/5 of my HP.
It's okay, guys, I'm fine! Chewie's just like on fire. Twitching a roll from resonant electricity.
He just like brush himself off. Man, I can't believe I got hit.
I can't believe I got hit either. We both rolled real bad. The two rogues.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
That is
So
actually
much
really
for
funny.
evasion.
So much for evasion indeed. Rough.
You don't even get evasion until 7th level.
How bad is everybody up here hurt?
I'd say Pip's not feeling it.
Pip's probably the only
Sonya's
one.
fine.
Yeah. I think Pip
Yeah.
is the only one that's actually injured upstairs. I am injured. Very injured. Well, actually not that bad. Not as bad as it could have been. Still pretty bad. But I mean, like, I think Pip and I are actually fine. Because we both probably have similar ACs, similar health.
Yeah,
And I have a decent amount of health, so.
that's fair.
Okay.
I have more health than a rogue would normally have as on like Pathfinder first edition.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw some more
I
fire.
definitely have more health than Chewie did.
I will
Holy
follow
smokes.
the person leaving the room so we are getting out of the attic.
Okay, understood. Don't mind me, I'm just doodling on the board a little. Fire is the thing that has happened. Out you go!
Oh.
Luckily,
Since
there's
I can't, since I can't see out of this room,
There you
I'll
go.
let you.
Yep, got you moved. You are... Shabam! I love that so much. I didn't know you could shift click to move tokens. How'd you get out there? No, you're here! You're there!
you're moving all of us.
Yeah, everyone gets to watch an idea and her glory and the bits of Chewy.
Unless we can see an idea, we can't actually see. You're just putting us on black screens.
Then observe the darkness and wait your turn to die.
Oh.
Almost, guys, man, that diplomacy check was clutch. Let me just say.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I hope it worked.
Clutch.
So I'm trying to stay as a group as much as possible.
Okay, so you've used one action to stride there.
Okay, and the screams were coming from further down.
They're coming from like this direction.
The screams are coming from the master bedroom, which is in the middle of the upstairs.
And also Dak, who you can probably hear now, still just.
Ow!
Dak! Dak!
Okay, do I have...
He feels strong enough to take on the whole Dominion of the Black by himself.
Actually, I was about to go into...
dead.
That's fair.
Do I have any idea how to go that direction? I haven't been in this house before.
You can, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20. So you would move out, you would end up almost to the master bedroom with 2 more strides picking through Chewie. Or you could start heading down, or you could take, because it's half, you could take 5 damage and jump down to the first floor.
They should be able to see what's happening on the first floor from that angle, so...
You can also see most of the first floor is on fire.
Whoops.
That's what I was wondering.
Difficult terrain that will hurt to move through.
Okay, so I don't want to go down to the first floor.
Burning this house down.
Sombrefell Hall will burn down unless somebody attends to it.
Well,
I don't have gray water.
well, maybe both guys take care of it.
Maybe the poltergeist can cast create water.
I
Or
will,
just blow.
I will move halfway towards the master bedroom, because I want to use the last action to keep my
Your holy symbol raised.
symbol up. Yes.
Okay, so you'd end up like right here. Still, that bit of Chewie is gone now, so you know where you are. Your holy symbol is raised. Pip! What you got, buddy? There's one more. Well, no, actually, there's no more. Luchini's just kind of like on the ground, shaking, crying, paralyzed with fear.
Get the fuck down!
Okay, she'll do so.
I think we gotta keep it PG-13.
Yeah, please. But it was still funny though.
IG-13 has the F-bomb every once in a while, so...
This tiny guy just looks at her.
She moves there.
Chopper.
Get to the chopper! You wish you had a chopper right now.
We'll have the F-word every once in a while.
You need the extraction point. You need the chopper.
It just can't be like Deadpool.
We need evac.
Yeah.
Alright, I will do a double medic and heal myself for 1d10 plus
Wisdom.
my wisdom mother. So.
Okay, so you did have. I remember when I built Pip, I did give you assurance with medicine, so you did not need to roll that. As your master with medicine, you can just have the 20.
Oh, okay.
But you rolled a 23, so that's cool too.
The only time insurance actually is worth it.
Pretty much, yeah. I concur.
Not a fan.
There, but we found
I will
one.
gain 10 hit points.
We found a time.
We did.
Okay.
We looked so hard.
Was that 2 actions or 1 to do battle medic? I forget.
Just one actually.
Okay.
Let me check.
Is it really? I could.
Yeah, it's one action. It has only one of those red.
Yeah, fair enough. So it does. Nice. Okay, sure.
Alright, then I will run downstairs and try meeting up with the rest of the party again.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Second shred puts you there. Or second action, rather.
Yeah, like,
And then
like
5.
a bad idea.
So when you're into your third action, you move 15 feet to go right on. Sorry, everyone who's not Robin.
Alright. Yep. Yeah, I guess I will keep moving, pushing her forward to get down.
Okay, understood. You end up there.
Because we can't protect her.
He's going into the room where the kid stopped screaming.
He is Dak.
I just want to be clear. Did he push Sonya forward?
No, he didn't. Dak at the top of your turn, everything in that bedroom begins to shake.
That would have been hilarious if she fell into the pieces. It's like, I will murder you later.
What you got, Dak?
I would like. Yeah, I know. I'm there.
Everything's shaking.
I would like to. Yeah, but I would like to.
Shaking bacon.
If anything's coming at me, because I would assume that it would have attacked me. And I'm also trying to figure out where other enemies are, including anything outside the window that is clearly right here.
Okay, sure. Make that perception check happen.
So, that will be. There we go.
Okay, so the first thing you can tell is the poltergeist has essentially become the avenging angel. It's going to follow you, and everything around it is going to shake, and it will telekinetically target things. Matter of fact, do you have a do you have a copy of the bestiary, by chance?
I do, but I have not looked at it yet.
Okay, if you would like to open up the poltergeist, you may control it.
Oh, okay.
Leadership, go.
Gladly take-
Actually, no, you can't. I take that back. Chewie, do you have a copy of the bestiary?
Yeah, Chewie.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
The avenging Chewie.
The event.
I think Chewie should control it.
Let the poor man have something to do. You have control of the poltergeist.
Yeah.
I'll put his token back on the board. He's technically invisible unless you don't want to be. Where even did I delete the token? Tommy!
Louis,
Always
Come
be
on.
the thing is, you can take pieces of your last body and attack the enemies.
Oh, too big! Chewie's an avenging angel, but he's not avenging that hard. Down, boy. Easy, Chewie. Well, the poltergeist does in fact appear. It is visible. It is controlled by all players, so everybody can have line of sight to it. And I think it probably has dark vision. If it doesn't have dark vision, it's a bad ghost. Bad ghost has sight. Boom. So Chewie, you are right there. You go on the same initiative as Dak. You go when Dak is done. It will be Chewie's turn. We'll say.
Okay.
Did I see anything else with my perception roll?
You see that the floor is on fire. The first floor is burning. Unless you immediately intervene, Sombrefell Hall is probably done for. You don't see any other enemies, but you hear the sounds of your friends all just like running down the stairs.
Is there anything I can do as a non-magical human?
Get a
Prevent the
blanket?
fire from spreading at this point. A blanket for that much fire? And the fact that there's books and paper all over there?
5 foot squares?
Yeah, 5 feet at a time. You got this. To be honest, as a non-magical human, the best thing you might do is you might go get the professor, so he doesn't die.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So I will actually. So that was my first action to find perception. And I don't sense any creatures around me other than the poltergeist.
Correct.
Is what I really wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go down to the professor and try to grab him. So that'll be my next 2 actions.
Gotcha. So we'll just put you here. It takes you another action to get up. Chewie the poltergeist.
Yes.
Do you know what you can do?
No, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it in my PDFs.
Fair enough. So you have, you're a ghost, you can move through the ceilings and floors and things. You're invisible anytime you want to be. As you're naturally invisible, no one's hurt you. But you have, I don't know what rejuvenation is, but you have it. Oh, when a poltergeist is destroyed, it reforms where it was destroyed, fully healed after 2d4 days, so not relevant right now. You're immune to asleep, death effects, disease. You resist all damage 5 except for force, ghost touch, or good. Your speed is what? Is it?
Does that mean he can move through the fire without taking any damage?
Yeah, and he can move through the floor too.
You're a ghost.
You are incorporeal. What is your? You have a fly speed of 20 feet. You're not the fastest.
It turns out the best thing that could happen to Chewie was dying, because now he's awesome.
Yeah.
Now he's a CR5 poltergeist.
So,
Poltergeist!
take the ghost with us?
I think the bed, the master bedroom is directly above, and that's just 10 feet fly straight up.
That's accurate. You may do so if you would like to, Chewie.
Okay. I would like to fly to the master bedroom, wherever that is on the map. Can you move me there since I don't know?
Will do. Would you like to be invisible or not?
Invisible.
Okay,
I
so
want to jump on people.
it does. It takes you 2 actions because you have to veer to the left a little. But you do. You come up in that closet, and you see you're undead. You know what whites are. The bodies of both of the children are dead. They're just destroyed. As a pair of whites and a vampire just kind of hide on the other side of that door.
Use the children as ammunition.
They're basically ready to ambush anybody that runs into the bedroom.
So that's 2 actions.
Correct.
I think just
So you have your ranged attack has a ranging of 60 feet. It's a telekinetic object. You grab something in this room and chuck it for 2d12 damage.
what is in this room?
Two dead kids. The beds are nailed to the floor. There's a mattress that someone has put right here. They've put it. They've barred the door.
They probably fell over, 'cause that's where the vampire probably came in.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he
I
did.
would like to throw the mattress.
Okay.
What do I have to hit?
D20 plus 13. Who is your target?
A mattress. Do damage.
The one that killed
That
him.
one.
Alrighty.
The one-
Alright, got it. Make it happen. I will look at my. I don't even know what a white does.
Hopefully it doesn't make others
Oh!
Revenge of the Spelter.
Revenge of the Polter Chewy! Alright, 40-12. You could kill him. You might kill him. I don't know. Maybe.
Do I add anything to damage?
You do not. You do not. Just 40-12.
Oh my gosh.
The mattress collides with the white. We just everything starts shaking in this room, and all of them they're gonna make perception checks eventually to try to figure out where you are. But as they turn around, the mattress just collides with this white, who may or may not have some resistance. No, he has no resistance to it. It just collapses into him. All right, it's you and So that's all 3 actions.
And as it
Yeah.
slams him, you just hear Prana bleed.
And you guys all hear that. Everyone who's not Dak, who's in the basement, hears the sounds of a mattress colliding into a wall, going 15 miles an hour. There might be something going on in the master bedroom, you guys. You don't know though. Man, I'm so glad I killed you. His best.
Oh, that's freaking great.
I can't believe that my plan actually worked.
It did. You did it.
You are still unseen, too.
You are. They have no idea. You are invisible unless you want to try to intimidate somebody. Unless you want to go. Woo! But what sign you got?
And they can only go to sensed if they actually see you anyway.
Sonya's up next. Okay, well. Oh, let's see. I heard screams, but then I heard there's a ghost down there. Can she see the first floor from here?
Yeah, you can see the first floor is burning. It's not good.
Well,
You did that.
We're gonna.
that's on fire. How? I can't see from here. How close is the fire? How far is it spread?
It's most of the first floor pretty much is on fire. To go up, most of the stairs are on fire too. And in a couple rounds, the stairs might give away entirely.
Oh jeez.
In that case, not going to the first floor.
Yeah.
Preservation.
Well, I
so
hope
it's
you
gonna
have
be-
the water version of Fireball.
Water ball! I cast Super Soaker.
I looked for an elemental meta magic feat, but there
There is not one.
5, 10,
Such a thing.
15, 20,
It's like no blizzard.
25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's move 2, and 5. You know what? This chick has survived death once. She's expendable.
That's the spirit.
I'm gonna let her take the lead.
Okay, is that all?
Okay.
Good to know.
I was just about to tell her that she shouldn't move.
You can still tell them
end
that.
it right
Reaction.
there, so at least I've got a line of sight to if anything comes out of there, but that's it.
Fair enough. Alright, so Polter Chewy sees the vampire, which doesn't come within 10 feet of you, so you don't get your reaction run out of Sombrefell Hall. An idea. Actually, well, yeah, we'll keep going. There's other things that are happening.
Okay.
I had to think about it.
I can. There's a. I can channel. I have a conical channel
Okay.
that can go through that can go out 60 feet.
Right.
Can that go through walls?
It cannot. The walls will block line of effect. It could go through like an open window or like an open door. It could go around it. So like if you had like an open door like at the end, it would around. But from where you're standing, it'll just connect a wall.
Okay, so it can't just blast through an area.
Right.
Okay. And then
That's where you are.
Oh man.
This has been a good one. I'm glad we did this. This is sweet.
Yeah.
Chewy, if you want to give this poltergeist a little more for next session, not like stats, but like a backstory, he's you. You just have to stay within like 120 feet of Sombrefell. Wait, what happens if it burns down?
That's what I'm wondering
Well, you
too.
have to
I
stay
think
within 120 feet of the ruins, right?
I guess it has to be.
I think
Spirit is unable
his
to.
body or whatever.
It's okay. We will take some pieces of the building with us.
I'm gonna take the rug.
Good enough for me.
Oh, and then everywhere you put the rug, this is my domain.
This is my idea. So as an idea comes around there, these guys, you've come around in such a way that the vampire was here, so there's no held attack. But you see a couple of, let's get some flavor text. I don't know what these are. I know what they are. I see their name, but what are they though?
so this is
They appear like they did in life. They appear like a couple of humans, but their flesh is rotting and it hangs from gaunt frames. Their eyes glow with a menacing red light, and one of them has been hit with a mattress. But yes, this is where the sounds of bad were coming from. You also see the pieces of the children that have been bludgeoned to death by these guys.
so this door is already open.
Yes, wide open.
We actually wanted it wide open because that's where we were going to sit up there and snipe from.
It was.
But everybody went down, and because of crazy Frasman priest.
To nail shut the door, but then someone was knocking at the door. So he checked.
Yeah.
Door-to-door salesman.
As soon as somebody was knocking on the door, we should have all retreated to that room.
Yeah.
That was
No encyclopedias.
Now in the AP, the guests were supposed to knock, and the professor would let them in. But then we needed to introduce a Phrasman cleric real quick, so that's how we did it. She's just polite enough to knock. Anyway, so I see 2 strides to get there. You've got 1 action left. What you got?
At that point, I will. Fire. I have my holy symbol presented.
Okay. So that would take your last action to present it. Otherwise, it is not. It's like raising a shield.
Actually, but I think what I'm going to do is fire my
Your hand crossbow?
yeah, before it runs out. I only have a couple more rounds on it.
Okay, fair enough.
This has all happened like within a minute.
Yeah, this has been the roughest minute at Sombrefell.
Oh man.
Alright, go ahead and make that attack.
Sombrefell.
Yeah, it's burned into the ground.
We burn this place to the ground in 2 minutes.
Fire, several fireballs.
Tommy cut out on me at least.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Too.
Yep.
Come back, Tommy!
He's still talking. You were
Yeah.
cut out on us.
We can't hear what you're saying. Hopefully you can
Did
hear
he
us.
accidentally mute himself?
Are you muted?
No, I don't see him in the chat heads.
Just typing. Unplugged mic.
Ah.
Okay.
That's like the next best thing to muting yourself.
Okay. Keep going. Nice.
That might be a critical.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh,
I do too.
nice.
I think Tommy shook his head critical, so he did. Yeah, there we go. It's a critical.
I can't see him on here.
The roll for damage and its disruption. However that works.
So it's 1d6, and then it's 2d4. And then it's a critical, so there would be
Double that.
Yeah.
You double
So-
everything, pretty much.
So times 2.
Technically, I think he wants us to roll the dice individually, but usually in one long stream.
Okay.
Someone read what I'm about to say.
Someone read what I'm about to say. Tommy is typing.
All right, you read it. You got it.
The whites run out of the room. Dun, dun, dun. They jump off the balcony. Narrated by William Shatner. Tommy is typing. Tommy and Pip are typing. Pip asks, falling damage. Tommy replies. Wait for it.
Maybe.
Sombrefell Hall will burn to the ground unless you guys do something right now.
I got nothing, so I'm just taking the.
I have a necklace of fireballs. I can make it burn worse.
I can make it more. I have no.
I could kinetically control the
The
fire and throw it
professor
out of the house.
And his students'
I mean-
lives are in your hands.
No,
I
he
think-
said it
Alright.
right. It's just life. There's only one life remaining. He
Yeah.
said it
Oh
correct.
yeah.
He
I
typed
think
that right.
The
That's true.
poltergeist
Yeah.
has the best chance. Maybe the poltergeist can get whatever water there is in this house and
Is
start
there water?
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, Polter Chewy, blow the wind out. Push the fire out of your home.
I know it's a long shot, but just ray of
Yeah.
frost offer any help.
Hey, maybe you can like for example, take the huge burning carpet and just
Alright.
roll it.
You'll
off
have
the
to escort the
floor.
pair of them across the wilderness and whatever awaits you next time.
I
Oh,
thought of how I could put out the fire.
We're signing off, I'm assuming.
We'll see.
No, we are. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's literally next time.
Everyone has time
Wait,
to think
he's still
about how we
typing.
can save this house.
thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Quoteth the Tommy. Say bye, guys. Tune in next time. Same bat time. Same bat channel.
Actually, it's a different different time, and it's going to be back on Fridays.
No. He says no.
Yep.
Is Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday.
Stand corrected.
All right, have a good one. See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye for beyond the grave.
Hopefully,
Didn't
we
know a
don't
hand
die.
crossbow would make